Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
What I'm on here for about is Queen Sheba.
Play that louder now. We don't get to hear that often. Say it louder. I think you are very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, man.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy. Here we go. Let's go. Saturday. I said what I said.
Oh, baby.
Llama, red pajama, Reese's story, Reese's mama keeps his baby hurt. Mama, go downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants a drink. Mama's at the kitchen sink. Llama, red pajama, call down to his llama.
All right, the palace. It's time for I Said What I Said Saturday, right here on Queen Sheba. All right, the palace. Let's go. Damn.
Llama, red pajama, Reese's story, Reese's mama keeps his baby hurt. Mama, go downstairs. Llama, red pajama, feels alone without his mama. Baby llama wants.
Mama's at the kitchen sink. Llama, red pajama, calls onto his llama. Llama, baby hairs. Llama, go downstairs. Welcome. Welcome to Saturday. I said what the hell I said. Y'all already know what time it is. And listen, you know how it went down last week. I had,
ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
Because that's what it be given on Saturday. When I tell you it went down last week, this is an unscripted show where it's your day. It's a brand new day where you, the viewer, get to call in on Saturday and sound off. That's what it's all about. That's what it is all about. Don't nobody know you up in here. And sometimes it gets heated. It's a lot of fun. But the Saturday morning show, I said what I said, is where you call in as a viewer. I'm talking to y'all out there that's watching us. Because listen, I came that close last week to shutting this down. Okay, because I feel like I'm always got to beg people to come up here. It's a show where you call in, you click the link, right? You can call in, you can confess, you can confront, you can vent, you can sound off, shoot your shot, make a ultimatum. Don't nobody know you here. And the reason why we do this show, because we don't want you going into Sunday with a chip on your shoulder. Say whatever the hell is on your mind. Talk your ish, stand on business. We got 2 rules, though. Number 1, it's never personal. It's never personal. It ain't personal. Listen, we lost one last week. We lost one last week, baby. When I tell you to Latrice. Yeah, it was thick up in here last week, baby. And Latrice took it personal, baby. When I tell you, it was rowdy about it. So it's never personal. And the second rule is when you are done, you must sign, seal, and deliver it by saying, I said what I said in the format that you want to say what the hell you need to say. Let me get the first caller. Welcome, Trey Carter, to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What the hell are you standing on today?
Good morning, Queen. I just want to apologize in advance because I have a little bit of cussing to do. I just want to send a swift and direct fuck you to all of the Tennessee legislators that had a hand in not only keeping that fine ass Justin Pearson out of the meeting rooms, but also redistricting the state of Tennessee to strip my black ass of my strong black vote. You hoes will not see heaven. I hope that you stub your big toe and trip over your Ku Klux Klan robe and fall straight to hell. In keeping with that theme, I also want to send a swift fuck you to all of the specific Memphis City School Board members who did nothing for years but caused dissension, disarray, confusion, and misappropriation of funds, to the point where the state had to come in and strip you niggas of your black ass power. I don't know how many of them are you that was doing that, but I don't think y'all will be seeing heaven either. And last but not least, I want to say a swift and direct fuck you to all of you niggas, and primarily that is to black men and some of you male-identified black women who decided last year and the year before to sit your ass on your couch and use the fight for reparations and asking for Black American tangibles to not vote. When really all it was that you don't like a black woman and you didn't want a black woman in charge. You niggas need straitjackets. And I hope and pray that the ancestors from your civil rights movement come back up out the grave and stick a swift foot in your ass. And I said what the fuck I said.
Well, damn. Let me go to the next caller, Donna. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What the hell you standing on today?
Hey, I'm standing on the fact of I done had somebody I've been knowing almost 35 years try to tell me that I tried to finesse him. I said, baby, I'd rather be dripping than finesse than be toxic any day. Got me fucked up. How about if I've been knowing you 20, 30 years and I'm very independent, don't ask nobody for nothing, but if a bitch need help, I should be able to call you for an arm, a leg, a kidney. I don't give a damn. I've been knowing you since elementary school. And if I can't call you in case of emergency, I'm going to need you to get up off my phone. And I said what I said.
I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I said.
Oh, wait. They are on one today. Listen, that was Donna. Sir, I don't know who you is, but she said, shit, get off her phone. If you're not talking about doing nothing, let me go to my next damn caller, Ether G2G. Welcome. What the hell you standing on?
Queen, I'm standing on being positive, giving good energy. I want to give credit to G. Bush out of Cleveland. We call him the new Cleveland because he had a very interesting interview with Prime Time. We call him Coach Prime. His young son is there in Cleveland and they're trying to sabotage his integrity. They call him Grown. Grown is grown. He can handle it. He had the best upbringing, the best father any child would want. And I'm going to stand on the business that was an excellent interview that G. Bush gave on how a father can do two different types of businesses, raising a son and being a prime legendary that he is. And I said what I said.
I don't want to talk about it. you just said I'm going to talk about it. I get angry. I don't want to.
Listen, and she said what the hell she said. Is there another in the house? Look, baby, don't second guess yourself. Should I call in? Click the damn link and come on up here and get that off your chest so you can go about and have a good day and get you a mimosa. Get that off your chest. You over there mad. Don't nobody know you over here, baby. YouTube is like the ocean. And I don't give a damn if I got 1 follower or 1 million followers. Every page is like a pea in the ocean. Don't nobody know you over here. Go ahead, click the link and talk your shit today. Talk your shit today. They ain't gonna do nothing. And that's why I said what I said. Okay? Shut up! That's it. It's unscripted. Now, look, if somebody call in And you over here listening and waiting for us to do I said what I said and your damn name come up. You know not to take it personal because you just never know. Now look, if I'm hold on now, Vonda. Now you know you're not supposed to be having all that shit playing in the background. Go ahead and pause it before I bring you up. And I said what the hell I said. Welcome to the morning show.
You said,
What the hell
you
you
said
saying?
what? Oh, you know what my favorite drink is? Pinot Grigio. I love me some Pinot Grigio. And today's my day off. And what I want to say is I am unstoppable for anything coming against me. I'm speaking it into existence, and I know this is true for me. I just want to say I am unstoppable. The impossible is always possible for me. And I said what I said for today, but I'll be back to say some more stuff.
Oh my God! Oh my
All right, that was Vonda. She said what the hell she had to say. Let me drop her out and go to my next caller. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What the hell you standing on, TJ's baby?
Good morning, Palace and Queen and the mods. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a generous motherfucker. I'll give you a pass and I'll even do you a solid. And see, last week, Piano Teeth, I kindly asked you to keep Mel's name and millimeters out your motherfucking mouth. But I'm going to give your dumbass a benefit of the doubt because I know you got some challenges. But I asked you to just not say that, but you just continue. So anyway, I want you to first know and foremost know, I'm not threatening you. I'm not harassing you. I'm not bullying you. I'm trying to get you to acknowledge reality, bitch. And I'm trying to educate you on the fundamentals of what come with fucking with people. Now, Mel don't give a fuck about that show. We don't give a fuck about that show. Mel is busy being a mogul and building a dynasty. Do you know what the fuck that is, bitch? When everybody's making money. Her kids is making money more than you got. So if you don't want me to come up here and read you, because see, ain't no sunshine when it's on, bitch. And I know you're going to take it to, probably want to take it to another level, but I'm cool with that because I'm quick to do what I'm known to do. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Keep our names out your motherfucking raggedy ass mouth. And I said what I said. That's it.
Whoa. I told you it's unscripted, baby. It's Saturday. Click the link. Click the link. Welcome, Side Eye, the Sage 7. What the hell you standing on today?
Queen, I'm standing on the fact that Pollen been pissing me off all week. And why the hell is trying to choke out me and my homegirls? So, Pollen, I got my foot on your neck this week. We got the saline rinses. We dusting. We doing everything because you ain't finna take me out at this good middle of May. I'm supposed to be enjoying the weather. I'm cooped up in the house because I can't breathe. And I said what I said.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
All right. We're going to go to Miss Hershey 85. Oh, Hershey. Where's the Hershey? Hershey chocolate kiss. Listen, let me go to a super chat. Give me 1 second. Side Eye to Sage 7 says, here's a 5-piece and a pepper, honey. I'm putting 5 on Trey's cuss out. Look, that'll do it. That'll do it right there. Listen, who else Bella 504. Is that New Orleans? With a 5-piece and a pepper. Bella said they had a sign at the door here in New Orleans letting us know that our vote for the U.S. Senate seat will not be counted. And I still voted for my candidate. And she said what the hell she said. Now, welcome, Hershey 85. Hershey, what the hell are you standing on? You on mute? Hershey's on mute. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me go to my next caller. Well, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Little Miss Toot Toot. Toot, what the hell are you standing on today?
Oh, now, Palace, I'm here to pick a little bone with Simp God. Man, how dare you have me over in that chat with the #1 fuck nigga on your panel and the #2 fuck nigga Tommy Sotomayor? Come on, dude. What the fuck you doing over there? And I said what I said.
Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
Oh Lord Jesus, they got a lot going on today. Let's see, is there anybody else? What the heck? Look, okay, let me stay out of it, child. It's Saturday. I said what I said. I'm just here listening like everybody else, y'all. This is a real show. Well, the viewers call in. I didn't know what was going on wherever they was. Sound like they, child, like my auntie say, that's a lot going on. They got a lot going on. They got a lot going on. Listen, let me go ahead and jump in here real quick before we wrap up and move the hell on. To that lady, the director of nursing, I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. I'm probably not a person you want to bother because I do a really good job of staying in my Scorpio lane. But any of you that ever feel like you froggy and you want to jump, just know, bitch, I can jump. I can jump. And to the director of nursing that decided to jump, you see your bitch ass is out of a job. And I said what I said. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. Hershey 85. What the hell you standing on?
Can you hear me this time?
Yep.
We good to go? Okay. For my good sis Toot Latrice, and for that debacle that happened last Saturday with that face only a mother could love that you brought up here, all I can say is this. I got a question and I really need to know, do you ever get tired of being a bitch ass nigga? Okay? That's what I want to know. Is you tired? Because I know your face look tired. You look like you've been through what you said you've been through. And that's all I have to say. We don't care about you dating other races of women and one. Like, we want them to take you off our hands. See, it's ugly Negroes like you that think that you even have a choice to even get in our draws, okay? Tell us you ain't getting no coochie without telling us you ain't getting no coochie with your ugly ass. And I said what the fuck I said.
You all should be ashamed. How can you drink right after a funeral? Like this? Give me another one, then, Brady. Fred Sanford, you just left the house of the Lord, and now I'm in my house. All y'all ought to be ashamed drinking like a school of fish. My Bible says, be not drunk with wine. What does it say about scotch? Listen. Yeah, so why'd you go someplace else? Why'd you go ugly up somebody else's house? Who you calling ugly, sucker?
Listen, she said what the hell she said. Let me go to my next caller. Queen Tosa, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What the hell you standing on?
What the fuck I'm standing on today is that bald-headed ass bitch, Pinky Cole. I told y'all that hoe was a motherfucking drunk running down on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now she's about to get embarrassed because her motherfucking nigga. You know what, Pinky? You got a motherfucking girlfriend. Anytime you go and you can't ask your man for something, anytime you can't ask your man for something, like it's a fucking problem. And let me just say something to all you dusty ass bitches out there that's been trying to come for me on motherfucking YouTube. Bitch, I said, listen, Y'all can get me demonetized. Y'all can do all that motherfucking shit, but bitch, I ain't going nowhere. And for you motherfuckers in that black tea sector that did put me on that motherfucking list, bitch, I know I'm it. Cause bitch, how the fuck you gonna try to put people on the list and you put your motherfucking name on the list? You knew I was supposed to be number 1 or motherfucking 2. Sit your raggedy asses back and watch me motherfucking work. I get so sick and tired of you hoes out here that always want to come up against me because I'm motherfucking trans or try to make me feel a certain type of way about my motherfucking self. Bitch, I love my motherfucking self. I love my motherfucking self. Fuck you and fuck the motherfucking horse you rode in on, bitch. Now, for these old piano teeth having ass bitches, sit in your motherfucking lane, okay? Who else I got something for? Okay, I think that's it. Bruh. Bitch, I said what the fuck I said. Bruh.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. Ah, Lord. Happy feelings in the air. Hey, happy feelings everywhere. That is Saturday. I said what I said. Listen, very unscripted show. Do you understand me? And I said what I said. To the trees coming with that money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me,
flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
Oh, flowing effortlessly from To Latrice with a 10-piece and a pepper. She said, you better sing that song. Hershey. And baby, when I tell you Vonda just got paid, she came in with a 20-piece and a pepper. And Vonda is saying, I am standing, loving Queen Sheba as that woman's woman. Girl, I will take it. Thank you, Vonda. Pretty Riri just got paid too, y'all. She dropping a 20-piece and a pepper. She says, my God, today. You know what? I'm with you, Pretty Riri. She said, what the hell? She said, we better go ahead and close them doors.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000.
Listen, close the doors. Trey, should we go ahead and close the doors and move on?
Is there anybody else? Is there one? Now don't get to try to call in later on. Talking about I got something to say. No, we done moved on now. We give you about 30 seconds.
Yes, we gonna get. Oh, Lord, they on one today, Trey. They are on one today. I think I might have to close them doors. Lou 1706 says, I love it here. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt. Hey, nobody move, nobody gets hurt. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. Hey, that's just how they do it on Saturday, y'all. I cannot make this crap up. Listen, I had a good time last night, baby. When I tell you I hit the streets and we had a private night date in the if you haven't already, in the members only, the inner circle. And baby, when I tell you I had me 2 good old nasty dirty martinis with Tito vodka, and the owner came out and gave us a personal tour of the restaurant, took us back to the kitchen and let us see the chef and the sous chef. Baby, a time was had last night. So sir, I just want to tell you thank you for being a friend, traveling down the road and back again. And I said what I said. Welcome, Deborah. What the hell you standing on?
Hey y'all, good morning. Good afternoon, I mean. Listen, I just wanted to troll the Trump supporters who bought that cell phone. I guess you're going to get it finally. And it's supposed to be gold. Is it going to stay gold? And how much is it ultimately going to cost? Yeah. So I love the fact that it took forever for it to be mailed. And then I hope, I'm not going to say that's me. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I hope it doesn't work. I hope it doesn't work for you. I said what I said. Bye, y'all.
I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I said.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She says she hope it don't work. Now, what kind of cell phone is gold, Trey?
Well, you know, back when he was selling them phones and they were supposed to be 24 karat gold or something. I just think it's gold plated, or they just painted it gold. Ain't no real gold on the damn phone.
So they done lied about the damn phone.
That's what I believe. I can't tell you for sure, but I know he was around there. You remember he was around there selling them gold, the phones, the tennis shoes, the internet. You know, he's selling everything.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and get into the thick of it. Child. Look, okay, we're going to close the doors, y'all. That was Saturday morning. I said what I said. You heard what the hell they said. We're going to move right on and ease on down the road now. We're going to ease on down the road now. Jay Prince, is you in the audience? Jay Prince for president. Is you in the audience? We want to know. The girls say they don't want you sneaking up on them today. They don't want no surprises. Announce yourself if you were here.
My God.
Here. Because baby Jay Prince had the girls in a tizzy last week. But look, y'all, we gonna talk about MrBeast. If you don't know who MrBeast is, he was like, man, a top-notch, huge content creator. Still is on YouTube, right? But it seems like he's getting a lot of flack because he's losing his views. And I heard something very interesting, but we're gonna look at it and break it down together, what it means. What does the future look like for huge content creators? Because they're saying YouTube is swinging a vote and repositioning the algorithm where they are pushing out small content creators. Now, when you think about smaller content creators, let me explain to you what that means. What that means is content creators that have less than 100,000 subscribers, okay? I'm a smaller content creator, but it doesn't really matter if you have 1 million, 2.5 million, 6 million, 10 million, because YouTube is an ocean and the channels platformed on YouTube are just peas in the ocean. So think about YouTube. That's the ocean. Drop a pea in the ocean, go find it. That's why I tell you, say what the hell you need to say over here on Saturday. Nobody knows you're here. It's like looking for a freaking pea in the ocean. But I was moved by this content regarding MrBeast. Let's take a look. Hold on. Oh, crap. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Used to favor, because they control recommendations. An article came out saying that YouTube today, interesting thing about algorithms with YouTube, MrBeast's viewership, they said, has dropped 50%. Why has it dropped 50%? He used to get these videos, 900 million views, 500 million views, 400 million views. Now it's 60 to 120 million views. Now somebody said, well, listen, give me a 60 to 120 million views.
Yeah. No, that's still a lot, though. That's still a lot. That's that's still a lot of views. I'm not mad at it, but let's continue. I'm going to tell you what I think YouTube is doing. We're going to plow through this real quick. MrBeast made a lot of money, too.
Doesn't mean it's being impacted. What did YouTube do? YouTube on the back end controls what? Go look at any of the top 50 podcasts that we follow and go to their YouTube channel. You'll notice, why is this guy down to 600,000 views, 200,000 views, 800,000? He used to get 4.8 million views. Why is that guy that used to do 600,000 views down to 300,000 views, 150,000 views? What you will notice is the following. Rogan is number one podcast in 94 countries on Spotify. But on YouTube, it's who? Someone else, Midas Touch. But why is that?
It doesn't matter because it's business. Let me tell you why. I'm all for it, right? I'm all for it. YouTube position MrBeast to get a huge slice of the pie. It kind of reminds me, I kind of reference this movie over and over again, probably because it was a phenomenal movie. But if any of you have seen the movie on Netflix, it's called The Platform. Okay. So he was at one for a significant amount of time. When YouTube is pushing out and pumping out those big channels, media outlets, these big YouTubers, they get a huge share of their ad revenue, right? But when you spend a great majority of your time pushing them out, you become financially dependent on them. You get what I'm saying, Trey?
Yes, I'm with you, Queen.
Okay, if that's where your focus and your resources are going. But I think YouTube stepped back. They looked at the bigger picture. It's kind of like makeup artists and hairstylists, right? Some of you have had the pleasure of working with your personal makeup stylist or your personal barber or makeup artist, right? But then they are so good that celebrities want them. What YouTube has decided to do is similar to what those entrepreneurs do. We're not going to abandon our primary clientele to put everything on you when you only come once in a while. And that's what I feel like is happening to MrBeast and other huge platforms. It's not that YouTube is not pushing them through the algorithm. They're just not focusing on them 100%. And it kind of loosens up a little bit of time and flexibility to promote these smaller channels where the pot can increase. And they're not so much financially dependent on a MrBeast. What if he chooses to go elsewhere? That's a huge profit loss for YouTube. What are your thoughts, Trey?
I can agree with that, Queen. I also can see that when it comes to YouTube, a lot of times they have those transition periods where, you know, they still want you as a content creator to have everything that you have want, but they also have another vision for YouTube, and it just might be that the views, either the people or YouTube themselves are wanting to kind of wean away from having to depend on, like you were saying, having to depend on a MrBeast and his content. There may be some other people that they want to kind of push to bring into a new era, because, you know, YouTube is all about changes. Before MrBeast, they had it was a lot of different. They've had a lot of different eras on YouTube. There was a lot of the makeup era where everybody was watching the makeup girls, and the goofy comedy era where everybody was laughing on YouTube. So I mean, it's different things I believe that may change the focus of YouTube as a company or a business. But I definitely can see them wanting to shift away from MrBeast and what he brings.
I agree. And I have I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, and even to your point, because they don't know where he's going to go. If you notice, he's been doing a lot. He brought that show over to Amazon. So you never know what he's going to do and what other company he's going to work with. So I definitely agree with your sentiments in that as well.
I think it's a brilliant move because you want to protect your house, and protecting your house means that all of your children, all of your channels receive, let's just say, equal one-on-one time, right? I can't just push out MrBeast because everybody loves him. Advertisers also have a say in it. Investors also have a say in it. Maybe everybody don't want to plop their ad revenue, right? And their sponsorships on MrBeast's page or his channel. Maybe they want to go over there and they're trying to sell some things that are not specific to his audience. So I think it's brilliant of YouTube. But let me continue just a little bit, and then we're going to move on to Candy Burris.
All right.
Why is YouTube putting this? Because YouTube came out and said they used to favor, because they control recommendations. The algorithms of YouTube, they control recommendations. Like, you remember during COVID? During COVID, they're like, if you use the word, there was certain word you used on the title, it would just drop off. Yep. Okay, whatever the words were. During COVID, there was like 50 words I didn't like. If you used it, it would automatically drop off. So don't use the word. All right, so people didn't use the word. Guess who controls the knob on YouTube viewership right now? YouTube does. You know what YouTube did? YouTube controlled the knob, and it was long form suggestion, and YouTube went like this and said short form. We don't want any more long form recommendation. Guess what YouTube announced last year?
Going back to long form.
YouTube last year announced as of July 15th, if it's a faceless YouTube channel, we're no longer paying you AdSense. Yep. What do you mean? So whoever controls the knob controls the viewership. So there is an element of the media changing on what they're favoring now. It's purely YouTube algorithm. Chrisean, watch this. Mid 2026, they just made the announcement. YouTube's algorithm is increasingly favoring smaller email.
Okay, so I have to correct him because I do a lot of work with YouTube, and I'm also on an NDA. For real, I kid you not. This is not as of mid 2026. This has been going on since 2024. Why is this important? Because if he's just now talking about it in 2026, sir, you've already missed the boat. So some of your information is dated. It's relevant, but it's dated because they make so many changes in real time that it's hard to keep up unless you are in the meeting before the meeting and the meeting after the meeting. So I will say this, they've been prioritizing smaller channels. Here's the thing that I don't think a lot of larger channels understand. It's not about pushing you out the way and taking on like this DEI attitude as it relates to smaller channels. You also have a responsibility to continue to predict the interest of your audience and predict what it is that you're going to want to see next. And what happens, the number one mistake that most content creators make is you do what you want to do on your channel, not realizing that your job is to serve your audience. What are your thoughts, Trey?
I agree. And also we have to kind of take into account that when it comes to those bigger platforms, there's only going to be so many additional people once you get to a certain level. So it makes sense for YouTube to want to prioritize the smaller content creators because they don't know which one is going to be the next big thing that's going to grow rapidly. And as a company, you can tell that they enjoy that rapid growth, that finding that oil well or something that's going to go from 1 to 1 million really quick. So that's what they're chasing, if you ask me, if I'm being honest.
And yes, because there's a lot of smaller channels that are heavily overlooked just because they don't have the numbers, right? And if YouTube continued to focus on a channel just because they're large, large that's not necessarily qualitative, right? It doesn't really determine how the quality of the product, the quality of the content that's being, and to be honest with you, it's almost like, when y'all say people get a record deal, their first album is hot, second album is hot, and then third, fourth, fifth album is trash because they've made it. And now they're burnt out and Rihanna don't want to push out another album. You're like, man, and then you just kind of forget about it and they find other things to do. They're over here on Amazon. I've made my money. Like Kai Cenat says, I don't have to stream anymore. He says, I'm done with it. So you can't put all of your eggs in a basket when it comes to these larger YouTube channels. And I think YouTube has it right. I think they got it right. I think you should focus on all your content creators because you just never know. Let me finish this and then we're going to move on.
Emerging channels by prioritizing high retention content over subscriber count. So what is YouTube doing now? They want more new people because imagine YouTube sitting in a meeting.
Uh-oh. Let me make sure we're good.
And they're saying, man, we're not having as many new
Can you hear it, Trey? Is it still buffering?
Content creators.
It's still buffering on my
I don't know if this makes sense. Like if you go look at last week, Instagram did a massive purge of followership. Rob, can you go to Instagram purge last week? I want to say Kylie Jenner lost 14 million people on followership in a single day. Can you type in purge? Purge, what happened last week?
This is interesting.
Branson lost millions. Look at this, Vinny. Welcome to the greatest bot purge of 2026. Go a little bit lower, May 8th, exactly a week ago. Can you go to the names of people that lost, the amount of people they lost? Because right there, okay.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing, and I'm going to move on. I'm moving on. So listen, let me just say this. Okay, because people are growing up. And I teach a YouTube class, right? I don't do it often, but when I do it, I do it. And I teach them, your job is to predict. It's the predictability of the algorithm. And when you see that Kylie Jenner and these people are losing tons of numbers, it's because they're not little girls anymore. So you have to grow with your audience and anticipate what they would want to see from you as a woman with 2 children, as opposed to Kylie, who used to poke her lips out. Welcome, Little Miss Tutu. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen. I just wanted to add, it was interesting that you're playing this because I was watching a video yesterday that was talking about the mass demonetization of channel on YouTube. And YouTube is purging. They're purging repetitive work. They're purging channels that are not really bringing nothing new to the game and repetitive stuff, they're really doing a big purge on YouTube. So Trey, you are absolutely right when you say that it is a cycle that YouTube is going to keep moving forward and focus on new things. And this is the time where content creators should, get a boost in their creativity to see what's going on and who's responding. That's all I wanted to say, Queen.
I think that's great. I think that's great information too. And that's great to hear from you as a subscriber, right? Because you have the channel, but you're also a subscriber and a content creator that support other content creators. You're a moderator over here, plus you have your own stuff going on. So it's interesting that you bring a different dynamic to the conversation. I think it's very thoughtful, very mindful.
I agree.
So audience, that's what's happening. It's up to us. Like YouTube gives you a foot in the door, right? By allowing you to host your platform here, but it's your job to do the work. And I think what YouTube is starting to realize, wait a minute, there's these smaller channels that are clearing more qualifiers than these larger channels. I'm in a pilot with YouTube that I've been in for a while now, a number of years, where I didn't even qualify, right? I didn't qualify if we're looking at quantitative metrics, meaning I didn't have over 100,000 subscribers, but they still inducted me into this program. One of the first qualifiers is you have to have over 100,000. I didn't have that at all, but I hit every metric. I didn't know that until I started meeting with them one by one. And not only did I hit the metrics, I continue to hit them every 28 days consistently for over 3 years. So they're looking at these smaller channels like, wait a minute, who in the hell is that? Who is he? Who is she? So if you're a smaller channel, or if those of you that are subscribed to smaller channels, keep going, keep supporting them, keep engaging in the chat, pushing out the videos, hyping up the videos, because you could really change the game for that small content creator, whether you know it or not. Trey, what do you have to say about that before we go to the next topic?
I totally agree, Queen. And one thing about you that I've noticed since I've been a member here is that you don't have that you're not scared to try something new, try something different, to switch it up. And I think that's a great message for other content creators who are just starting out, or the ones who have been here for a long time that may find their channel to be very stagnant. It's okay to try new things. It's okay to stick with those new things until something happens. You just have to be consistent with it, and don't give up. Just continue to try something out that you may have never done before, or that you may have been interested in. It just seems like now is the time to do that, because YouTube is looking at that and they want to see that you're doing something different, or you're trying to bring something new to the game, or even if it's just new to your channel. Anything that will bring other viewers, other clicks, other views and content. It all works out in the greater good, and it should help with your I'd say with your mental as far as that. If you're struggling with the channel itself and you still want to keep going, just don't be afraid to step outside of your normal box. Allow your viewers the opportunity to find out something new about you and want to continue watching your content.
I agree. Excellent advice too. What you got? She over there multitasking. Two. She's still up here?
I'm not sure. I can't see the back screen.
She may have dropped. Let me see.
I think it's just you and me. It says two people in the stream.
My bad. She's in the chat. My bad too. My bad. Okay, I think somebody asked me about the hype feature. For those of you, you said you're not really familiar with it. Hold on. Let me go see if I can find that comment. Give me 1 second.
Okay. While she's looking for that comment, you guys, make sure you like and share. Let everybody know we're here. It's Saturday. I said what I said. You come in and listen to the commentary on some of these hot topics that the Queen has chosen for us today. If you have not join the membership. They got 2 different tiers. They got the inner circle where you get all the good stuff. I think she got a prayer going on tomorrow. So if you want to get prayed over, a little laying of hands, a little holy oil for your life, you're going to join the membership.
Trey.
Just
Hold on. Okay.
Was that too much, Queen?
That was good. Okay, so I can't remember who asked about the hype feature, but basically the hype feature is this. Imagine being in class, right, as a 5th grader, and your teacher said, either I can assign you a book to read randomly, or you can tell me which books you prefer to read for the year. So YouTube can either assign you randomly and kind of guess what videos you want to see and what creators you haven't been exposed to that would be good for you, or you can hype up the book or hype up the video to say, hey, listen, this is a really good content creator. This video was excellent. I'm going to hype this up. And what the computer does, the algorithm, is it extracts that because you said it was good. It's going to trust your judgment, and it's going to push out that video to similar people who share the same demographic as you, maybe gender, geographical location, age, and it's going to start pushing it out because now it's direct feedback that's coming from you as a viewer, as opposed to them trying to guess. They're going to say, oh, shoot, Trey really enjoyed the video about Ashley Janae. We didn't even know men were interested in this. Let me push it out to more Treys that are subscribers. Right. So that's what the hype feature does in and of itself.
Right. I think it gives you like a certain amount of points to hype up for each video. From what I've used, it seems like you have like a certain amount each day or each week or what have you. So if you really like a content creator, or if you really like that video, make sure you just hit the like button and then hit the hype button.
Yep. And that's what it does. And it's free. The crazy part is it's giving you credits to spend. It's not like you're using your own money or your own points. It's free.
Right.
So, all right. I want to move on. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me. To Candy Burris. Give me 1 second. My voice is kind of going out. Okay, let's go on to Candy Burris. Give me 1 second. Let me get the video queued up. And y'all, Candy had a moment as it relates to when she was asked about her divorce from Todd, and she had to pause. Let's take a look. Trey, you got a little bit of feedback, honey.
Okay, Emma.
Don't make me cry. Where's my tissue? How does anybody navigate?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Wait, bring it together. Okay, I'm listening.
No.
Hello? Hello, Queen?
Hold on. Stop.
Okay, I didn't know what happened.
I got kicked out. Hold on.
Now, y'all need to get it together. It's just out of order.
I know. I really want to use StreamYard, but they're going to have to get it together because every time I get kicked out, it's going to stop the screen from sharing. So listen, if y'all don't want to be on camera, you better turn them cameras off because even though I got these overlays, if I get kicked off the studio, it will show your picture.
Oh, yeah. It's been less than a year. It's
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and get it queued back up for Candy Burris, and we will start there. Okay. How I See It TV says, yes, toot. I love Remy Network. I wish that some of the CCs I watch would put content over there because the movies and the reality shows are good. They need some talk shows. They do, but here's the problem with Remy Network. If I'm looking at it, how I see it from a product perspective, they're not putting enough, in my opinion, budgeting dollars into the marketing and the promotion of their products, of their shows, of their projects, right? So to me, that would be a risk as a content creator to go over there because I have to be going to make a profit. And if you're not pushing me out, I'm just sitting there. So that's what I've noticed. I don't really see them pushing out a lot. I don't see them flooding the timeline with paid advertisement. You've got to be able to have that budget to invest. It's almost like a record label, right? Your artist is coming to you because they're good. You have to get out and make the advancement and pay, what is it? Radios to play their music. So I kind of feel like they're gapped in that area. Because the television shows do look good, but you got to put the dollars behind it so that it can reach a larger audience, in my opinion. But let me start this all over. Sorry about that.
Where's my tissue? How does anybody navigate?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Poor Candy.
Bring it together.
Oh, Candy.
Okay, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying, I just hope that you're taking time, out for yourself. Because you wear so many hats and do a lot.
I stay busy. Can we wait, give me 2 seconds before I start.
Take your time. And you don't have to be sorry. Like, I want more women to know you don't have to be sorry for having a real moment, a real heartbreak. Looking back, you know what I mean? Wishing things would have worked. It's perfectly normal. We want to see that human side to you. And staying busy won't ease the pain. So you just have to face it head on. And unfortunately, sometimes in the interviews, you're going to break down because you are mourning what you thought was real love. What you got, Trey?
I fully agree. I mean, they were together for at least a decade. Wasn't it 10 years at least? 2 kids. That is a lot. To kind of let go of or understand that it's over. I wish her the best. In all of her endeavors. But it's okay to cry and give us that human moment, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Empress Carter said, I was married for almost 23 years. When I filed for my divorce, she said it took her years to heal. So Candy, you know what I'm going to say? Be kind to yourself. What does that mean? If you were the interviewer and she were Candy, you would tell her it's okay. So you got to be kind to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to be human and in the moment. But let's get back to this clip.
Ma'am, I mean, if y'all ain't heard, I got divorced recently. After 12 years of marriage, it was 2.5 years. So we was together 15 years.
How have you been able to heal, from the divorce? Because I know in the show you do, reveal some infidelity, but how were you able to heal from that?
I don't think I'm healed.
Okay.
That's honest. I wish she would have sat in that for a second. You get what I'm saying? I wish she would have sat in it. Because more women need to hear it. You got women out here pretending. You have men out here pretending. And I wish you would have sat in it, even though it's uncomfortable and it's a level of vulnerability that we haven't seen from Candy. Look, y'all ain't always got to be strong, ladies. It's okay to tell the truth and be like, because she said, I don't think I'm healed. But let me see if she sat in it, Trey. What you think? I'm going to click it. Have you seen this video?
I have not seen the video. I knew it was out, but I haven't watched the full thing. But I can only imagine that it can be even harder when it's such a fresh divorce, and now she's kind of going on this tour of the I'm did, and I done, where she's singing and acting and doing all these things around the divorce. I can only imagine how she's feeling internally. But yeah, I hope she's continued to sit in it and understands that it's okay to have these feelings.
I agree. Let me see how she's gonna recover.
I don't.
I mean, it's still kind of, it's like less than a year, huh? Since it happened.
Oh yeah. It's been less than a year. It's that was July. I'm not healed. No, I'm not healed. Okay, simply, you already see me as like, I'm one of those people, like, I try not to talk about, I guess, like I said to you earlier, I don't like to talk about stuff because I don't like to be emotional.
But you have to be, because let me just tell y'all this real quick. You have to talk. Suppressing your emotions will kill you. Suppressing your thoughts will kill you. Suppressing your needs will kill you. Y'all, heart attacks are more prevalent on Monday mornings than any day of the week from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Y'all better start talking. Candy, you better start talking. To hell with not wanting to cry. You rather break down in an interview than have your heart break down and they be calling Code Blue, trying to resuscitate you.
I know that's right. You can't allow that. All of that. That's a lot of stress to hold on to as well, and that does nothing good for your body.
Just for the optic of looking strong. To hell with strong shit.
Right.
To hell with.
I don't like to be sad. I like to live into the positive. Lean into the positive. Lean into the fun. Don't make me cry.
We get it. So I wish nothing but the best for Candy. But I think Candy, if I had to guess, and I could be wrong, I'm going to say this, Trey. I think Candy is disappointed in herself because she gave a no good ass motherfucker an opportunity when she should have let him walk on by. I think now she's looking at him. And I don't know. Let me ask people. I mean, I've never been divorced, right? But I have broken up with somebody before and have never been attracted to him again. I'm wondering if she's looking at him and say, how in the hell did I fall for this joker? How in the hell did I give this man access to my hard work, my family, my resources? What was I thinking? This mofo and then gonna tell me to get over it, because they said when she found out he was cheating, that she confronted him with just the intention of, listen, what's up? You don't have to cheat, allegedly, because we do threesomes. So why is you out here having these independent relationships outside of me? And he told her, allegedly, oh, well, you'll get over it. And I think that's what fucked her up the most.
Yeah. And another layer, not to be jokey about the divorce, but why did you let my mama say I told you so? I fought. I did. We 12 years. We had all of this. I was fighting hard to make sure that my mama didn't get to say I told you so. Now she's sitting over there with a grin on her face while my marriage is just dissolved. It don't make no sense
at all. So and then she has 2 kids with him, right?
Right.
It's like, one question I always ask women. Okay, you got to choose a partner. When you're choosing a partner, I don't care if you think you're in love or not. If we were to break up and if it don't work, what do I stand to walk away with? And don't say kids. Kids are a responsibility. What do you stand to walk away with? And if you can't create a positive out of that, something where you get to walk away with something, I don't know if that's a good choice.
That is true, because you're really not walking away with the kids. The kids ain't doing nothing but keeping y'all connected for the rest of your life.
And the kids end up growing up and going about their own and creating their own family. So again, what do I stand to gain? What do I stand to gain if we lose?
Personally.
Yes, if this relationship don't work out.
What do I get specifically without anybody? I said I'm agreeing with you. I said what specifically do I get? Not the kids. Yes. What do I get?
And a lot of people, they become like dumbfounded when I ask that question, because they're like, oh shit, nothing. Nothing. So why? That's what I think Candy's probably sad about. Damn, I'm walking away with nothing. Sorry about that, Hold on, y'all. I'm walking away with nothing. So just keep that in mind. And I know a lot of y'all have been trained and conditioned to expect nothing, but you better get out of that mindset or you're going to break your heart over and over again, each and every freaking time. And I said what I said. Now, let's go to Kodak Black. Kodak Black, y'all, has been arrested 2 times in 1 week. 2 times in 1 week. Listen, Lord have mercy. I like Kodak Black. I always have. Poor Kodak. Let me say, hold on. Y'all are felon ladies. Not Queen Sheba. Why are you always adding us? Because this is cause I am. What's going on with how y'all raising these boys? Ladies, what's going on? I just asked the question. When you get to lay down with these men and you decide, oh, girl, I'm feeling good tonight. That goose got me loose. That Hennessy got me, gin making me want to sin. That Hennessy want me to do something. All right. All right. Because what do you stand and walk away with? And these are the type of boys, the Julio Fulios of it all, the Kodak Blacks of it all, the faux shooters of it all that you're going to reproduce because you talking about 2 demons coming together. You drunk or high out of your fucking mind. You need a moment. You need that Dr. Feel Good. He need a little something. Y'all don't know each other, right? You come together, you procreate, you have these volatile relationships, and you have these kids that were not made in love. And as a result, you get the Kodak Blacks of the world that get arrested 2 times in 1 week. Make it make sense, Trey.
And I don't know how we can. All I say, I agree with Inez Martin. That's that Florida water. I don't know what y'all got going on down there in Florida, but the people crazy. It really don't make no sense. Why is he in jail twice? And then I think I heard that it was like a self. He walked up there to the precinct himself and turned himself in.
That's when you know you down, that you really trying to escape something. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold on. Look, here we go. Oh, I didn't even know it dropped. Now, I like Kodak. He was arrested. Poor Kodak, drug trafficking, evading arrest. Kodak has, Lord have mercy. I wish you the best, Kodak.
One of the things I think I read that he got arrested because they found some pill bottle that they dusted the fingerprints on in somebody else's car that he wasn't even in. They found his fingerprints, so then they arrested him. I said, "Good God!"
Well, trust me, he's done enough shit that he ain't got caught for. That his tab been ran up. So even if it wasn't his, Kodak crashed. Listen, Kodak crashed a damn. Let me show you what Kodak crashed his car. I like Kodak Black. He's one of my problem children. I like Kodak Black. I like Chrisean Rock. Listen. Yeah, they be mad at me for liking Chrisean, but Kodak Black crashed his damn pink car on a freeway and got out and left it. So he's done enough. No, it was a blue car. Here it is. It's pink on the inside, blue on the outside. Hold on. Let me get him driving it. If I can find it. Child. This is so sad. But here you go. Looking like a bandit. Now, this is somebody's child. Here he is.
Somebody, baby.
Here he is.
Oh, where the hell you going, man?
That boy is on them drugs, on that, look at this. He got that lean in his cup. Look, this the car now. A few moments. Look, he tweaking and geeking. Look, Trey.
I see this foolishness.
Like he in a video game, baby, and they know he high. Ain't no way in the world you can get me to sit in the front seat with you. Look, that boy can't even sit down and sit still.
Ask a giraffe coochie. Just up there.
Like he in a simulator. Like he driving a simulator. Here we go. Now, here's the aftermath of that situation. Okay? This is the aftermath. A few moments later. Same car under the influence. Ain't that something? Kodak Black.
What did you hit? Did you hit somebody else?
Kodak done wrecked the dunk, bro. Crazy work. But all of that, though, it don't look too bad. It really don't. See, y'all looking at it from the outside in. I'm looking from the inside out. Because it wasn't nothing but the top half, you know what I'm saying? A little fender. Look.
It don't matter. He could have killed somebody.
It don't look like none of the support messed up. So I'm saying, is you gonna fix it or what?
He crashed the damn car, got out of it, and left it in the middle of the highway.
Fender bender, do you see the front of that car? Child, please.
Look, this is crazy. And why are you wasting money on things like this? You know what, y'all? What are your thoughts? He tore up his dunk. They say, yeah, he tore the dunk up. Yeah, that's his. You didn't know he didn't left it. Let me go back to this because this the shiznick for me. This had me hollering.
Like you just stole your sister car.
Yay! I know
Just
that's
over
right. He
there.
got it.
Hide in the gallon of gas.
Listen, looking for something. Look. Ooh, I would have been like, hold on, I gotta pee. Pull over to the gas station. Where you going? I just gotta go use the bathroom, baby. The way I would have cut behind that building and called me a damn Uber so quick.
Listen, just stop on the side of the road. I need to get out.
Yes, he was playing Luther Vandross. Look, y'all. Lord have mercy. Look, and then a year or two ago, do y'all remember he was in this situation? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me show you. We're gonna move on after I say what I gotta say. I think I may be Trey. They may have. I can kind of tell when it's getting ready to kick me out. If it kicks me out the studio, hold it down for me, okay?
All right.
Here we go. Poor baby. Now this was about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. He was high as a kite. What kind of drugs is this?
Why is he sitting on the concrete? My God.
Because he high, Trey. He on them drugs. Look how he eat that chicken. I almost had to go figure out where, because I'm a foodie. If it's doing that, let me get a little bite. And they filming him. They filming him. Instead of helping, they're exploiting him. Look at this.
Exactly.
Ain't that something, y'all?
Cars driving by. What is going on?
It's a lot going on. They say he geeked up. What kind of drugs they be out there doing? What's this? He don't even know he overemphasizing.
That's
oh, baby.
Yak for the people.
That's something, ain't it? And look, and the people around him, man, somebody should have provided cover. And this was him. They said he was online. He's making changes. He was cutting his hair online. Poor guy. I like Kodak Black, so nothing but prayers for him. Whatever he's fighting, it's deep, y'all.
Yeah. God bless him.
Yep, God bless him. And with that being said, I want to make one more point about the rap industry. Let me hold on.
You need a shower, bro. How you know? Man, how you know? Kodak, you gonna get a retwist on? Hell no. I don't twist my hair.
Let me go here. I'm glad he's cutting that hair. It holds a lot of trauma, a lot
Yeah.
of toxins. That's why they can do drug tests off of your head. If they really want to test you, sometimes they'll take a lock of your hair, let it go, release it, whatever it is, and start from scratch. I'm glad he's locked up because it's going to give him enough time to detox and get into his right mind. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bring him down to his knees so he can really, really do that work that he needs to do. And the crazy part about doing that soul work, can't nobody do it for you but you. So there's a part of him that's fighting to live, I do believe, because he got enough sense, even when he high, to cut his damn hair off.
Yeah, but he got enough money too. Kodak, take your ass to a real rehabilitation center. Stop letting the white man put you behind bars just so you can clear your mind. Clear your mind down there with the white people down there to the what they call it, California, out there. Go on out there to them little rehabs where you can eat a nice little meal and get your life together.
Well, then he's just going to be craving drugs out there. He may need a more extensive form of isolation, like in jail, period. You get what I'm saying, Trey?
Yeah, but I think when he was in jail, I think even two said that the correctional officers they were beating him up, whooping his ass, and broke his back, and that's why he started taking those
Oh,
pain
wow.
pills, and it went from there.
Okay, I got you. Let me play. I want to talk about this. I want to spend maybe 30 seconds on it, and I want to ask y'all a question. Have y'all noticed that the rappers of yesterday versus the rappers today look totally different when we talking about the LLs and the Lukes and all of them? They at least had sex appeal. They were handsome, sexy, and nobody said it, but I'm gonna say it. Have you noticed how ugly?
My God.
Follow me now. How unattractive these rappers are today. And most of them have the same skin tone, the same dark look, skinny ass bodies looking like Fright Night little monsters. Like, where the hell they get that from? Lil who? Lil Uzi? Lil who? Lil Kodak Black. Just the dirtiest niggas from the hood they could find. I got to thinking about that. And I said, oh, it's almost like what's the name of that? Schindler's List. When they would shave off the hair of the Jews, especially the women, so that you would lack empathy for them. So that the soldiers that were what's the word that what did they do to the Jews, y'all? What's the word? I don't want to say unalived, but they what's the
Euthanize?
proper
No, not euthanize.
Schindler's List? What's the proper word? You know, Anne Frank days, you know, they were under Hitler's orders. Yeah, the Holocaust. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with these black young rappers, and they all come up dead. It's a more modernized way to do it under the guise of a rap contract. They all come up dead. They all come up. Trey, you got a little bit of feedback when I be talking. They come up. Because see, when you're less attractive, people are more likely to turn a blind eye to these young black boys dropping like flies. Less questions, less investigations. You're probably not going to have too many detectives or too many police municipalities jump on it and try to figure out who shot who did what. Julio, Coolio, all of that. Okay, that's fine. We got him, but that was on tape. So we had to investigate that. That's more of a high profile case, but trust me, the interest isn't there for justice. The interest is there for the courts and the judge to shine and the detectives and stuff like that, right? They become the heroes. But the mourning of the fallen ones is not really that important. Y'all, it's all a scam. It's all they are purposely plucking these little homies, these YNs, these BANs out the hood because they're worth more dead than alive. And I said what I said.
I agree, Queen. And we also kind of have to look at it in a cultural aspect as far as like Long gone are is that era of man is that hunk era where you saw like the 50 cents and the Ja Rules and the, not necessarily that they were attractive facially, but there was a lot of importance put into your body. Working out, the weight lifting, wanting to have some type of weight on your body is different now, to where, you know, everybody has that, like you said, that skinny man look, like they ain't eating.
No, they were
in
clean. They were clean. Even
Right,
if
they
you
were
weren't
clean.
attracted to them, Ja Rule was clean, Puff Daddy was clean, Heavy D was clean.
Right, but they also
Campo,
had they also had
Can
that hunk era where they were working out. They also had the chest era. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody was walking around with their shirt off because they had
they were
something to
well
show.
groomed. They were
Right.
attractive, right? And but even if they even if you have the smaller versions of them, because we can talk about Fabulous, he was skinny, but they had a
Yeah.
clean aesthetic look. So you
Right.
really couldn't off them without bringing too much attention because the fan base was different. But let me go get these skinny, dirty, ugly, cruddy ones that's happy to make $1 out of 15 cents. Because listen, and I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying it goes a little bit deeper. Even the
Yeah, I agree
girls,
with you.
even the girls are not as attractive anymore. Not as put together. You got the sexy reds and just as hood and just as this and this and that, because you're worth more dead than alive. And I keep telling y'all, it's called key person insurance. Look it up. Typically, you can get anywhere between a 10 to a 20-year policy. So he can crash out all he wants. They're going to make their money with or without him, period. That's why you don't really see these record labels taking these boys to court anymore, or taking these artists to court anymore, because we just going to offer you or have you off or give you some drugs. You'll be out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you think, Trey?
I agree. And a lot of that came with the whole syrup era, the codeine and all of that with Lil Wayne, because he's another one. He was the original troll underneath the bridge, doing all just looking dirty, grimy, you know, skinny, not really giving any type of care to his look or his approach to life. And from there, once his because he was very, very popular in the game, and I think he kind of ushered in a lot of that look that falls into what you were saying as far as him wanting to foster and promote that particular look and style, because they know they ain't got to spend no money on nothing, and they can also get more money once you're dead.
And they leasing these houses, they making all this money, but they don't own nothing. When y'all are seeing them in these big homes and mansions in Miami, New York, Los Angeles, they're leasing them, y'all. They don't own anything, which is why you see the baby mama scrambling, the kids scrambling. They have nothing. They're wasting money. You see the car. How many thousands of dollars do you think he poured into that car? Just wasting money. No type of guidance, no type of leadership, no type of authority over his head, right? Lazy vision. Thank you for the 5-piece and the pepper. You say, hey, Queen, when you start your classes back up for YouTube, please let me know. I sure will. I'll announce it. I sure will. Donna Berry, thank you for the 20-piece and the pepper. Donna says, I want someone to know that God will supply your needs, and my God will meet all of your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19, the New International Version. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Donna. Somebody needs that today. I trust and believe me. All right. We're going to go to Chrisean Rock. I think it's only fair, hell, while we're talking about him. Let's go to Chrisean. Where Chrisean at? She should be up. Let me get up here. I'll be happy. Oh, if I can't find Chrisean, we're going to go to Dr. Cheyenne Bryan. I ain't going to hang out too long now. Give me one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got to get my little. I think I got it. Hold on. Look what y'all got up to, everybody. Go ahead,
If
Trey.
you just tune in, go ahead and click the like button. If you haven't clicked it already, share, subscribe, let everybody know we're still here on I Said What I Said Saturday. You got to
Yes.
about Chrisean. I don't know what's going on with her. Or Cheyenne Bryant and her lying ass. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, now that.
I don't know what's
Here
going
we
on
go.
with that.
I got Chrisean. All right. So a lot of recently, Chrisean, Blueface went on tour. He's going to be on the road for about a month, right? And Blueface has another girl named Navia, younger girl, just as toxic and dirty and crusty and trifling child. Nothing to write home about. Something that couldn't make it through my front door if I was his mammy. But okay, whatever. So Chrisean, he left Navia to go on tour for a month. And all of a sudden, his first show on tour, he brings out Chrisean Rock. And when I tell you the folks was mad, they mad at her because she's trying to do the right thing and manage her relationships properly instead of being toxic. She has to co-parent. Yeah, Chrisean, they jealous. Chrisean, don't let them see you down. Don't let them see you down, Chrisean. You doing all right. You doing the right thing. I'd rather see her engage in a healthy manner than unhealthy. And I think it's really unrealistic of y'all to think that the girl, listen, right, wrong, or indifferent. I know a lot of people say, well, he couldn't talk about my baby like that and ever see me again. Well, eventually you're going to have to cave and do what's right for the child. So she's trying. But she recently sat down in a one-on-one and the guy basically asked her, what the hell were you thinking? Let's take a look.
No reason that you should have gave him access that soon.
You think so?
I don't think so at all. Because when you're teaching somebody how to be respectful towards you in life, you have to say, you have to be able to put somebody on timeout.
So what's the proper time frame from that? Like until he's like 7 years old?
No.
So she's talking about her son.
No. I'm not saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get the access.
All I'm saying to you is that the immediate, I'm not saying like you don't wait, like if it's a week went by or 2 weeks went by, you can't go see him. I'm saying in the immediate, I tell my son and my daughter, right, when I'm trying to take something away from them or I'm trying to teach them something, I say, hey, I'm going to put you in timeout for a little bit, just so they understand that something was wrong. I'm not saying disconnect, because I just told you on that same note that I think it's dope that you're still allowing him an opportunity to be in his child's life. I think that's dope. I'm not saying take that away. I'm just saying you should give yourself time and him time to learn from the mistakes so they don't happen again. Because when men, especially us as men, when we get access too early, we feel like.
Now I kind of feel like you are still in Tony Gaskin's talking points, but okay.
The first thing we know within ourselves is we could do that shit again. We could definitely do it again. If she's cool with me an hour later, I could do it again. I'll do it next week and I'll do it the week after.
So I should have waited a year?
No, I'm not saying wait a year.
Well, what is you saying? Because you sit here chastising her, and I feel like he was out of place if you're interviewing her, you interview her. Let me shut up and hold on.
Just saying, you know, like I ain't gonna hold you. I waited 5 months, like, and I waited.
The interview that came out.
I looked
when
up,
did that
and
interview
5 months
come out?
went past. Like I'm like, okay.
You
And
waited
then
like
I started
4
looking at
days after
myself,
that
am I
interview
doing this
came
out
out.
of resentment? Am I doing this like? Am I evil? Like I start looking at myself. Am I evil? You feel me?
Yeah, but you gotta if you're saying that you love yourself, you gotta love yourself.
Nah, I don't like his approach towards her. I think it's inappropriate for him to try to host a healing conversation when he hasn't made any deposits into her life. At this point, I think you're looking for a moment. As a podcaster, I think you're completely out of line. I don't think you've had enough one-on-one time with her as a person. I don't think you understand her heart posture. I agree with you. I just don't think you're the proper vessel for that message to come through. Trey, what you got on this?
If I'm being honest, I'm kind of looking at it when it comes to Chrisean. So let me verify. So he had a concert and he invited her and she came out to do her own music. Is that correct?
He had a concert and she came out and performed. I'm sure he paid her. Yeah.
Okay. So to me, honestly, I kind of see this as a smart move from Chrisean. Now y'all don't rake me over the coals in the chat, but if you really think about it, for him to get online and say that this baby ain't mine and then still bring her, to me, that's like, well, you asking her to come and perform, that's kind of confirming that y'all still got that's your damn baby. To me, that's what I believe. And I think it was kind of smart of her to get on stage and make her money. And it's not, to me, it's not saying that they're back together. I know that's probably the opinion of most people, thinking that, oh, well, they're getting back together. I don't think it's that. I just think, I think it's smart for her to at least want to keep some type of clear communication and respect level for the father of her child.
Okay. Let me see. So T Love say they do have a relationship. What kind of relationship? Like brother, sister? I just don't think I don't think he's the appropriate person, right? T Love, and I get it. So let's just say they have a relationship. I don't like the manner and how he's delivering it for the world to see. Because there's gonna be a level of defensiveness, period, right? To have that type of conversation. I think if you're gonna lead with that, you lead into what she did right and how you appreciate her making the changes that she has and stay on his neck, right? And then after we drop from the live audience, then you go into a covering spiritual mode to really say, listen, da 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 da. But you can't just be raw. I don't like it. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't, because I feel like it's a moment. I feel like it's a moment. So just like let me continue. Hold on.
Yourself enough to know that a little bit of time is okay. You did 4 or 5 months, but you did it like 4 or 5 days after that interview came out, and that's where all the concern was.
Oh, the interview. I don't even know what he be on like that. Like, that's the other thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna be so honest. I be like my tags is not, what's the name, unless I authorize them. I don't see none of that. Every time I scroll, it's always Bible stuff or sermons or like my
I don't like the tone of that. I don't feel like she owes anybody what do y'all call it? She doesn't have to justify herself to anyone. Yes. Right. Anyone. And I just don't like how the conversation was. That's not your child. You're not pouring into her life. You're not watching her child. She doesn't owe any of us an explanation. Period. I don't like it. I don't like the interview. I'm gonna go with my instinct. I'm not calling him a bad person, but I'm sure you got some clicks off of that. I'm sure you got some clicks off of that, and I don't like it. Period. She's not there yet at that level of a conversation. She just says she's still trying to figure it out. When she has a question like, oh, do I see him 3 months, a year? She's not sure. So I feel like it's that level of a conversation she hasn't matured into. And we got to be able to meet people where they are if we're going to take on the role of the expert. Because an expert should know, do I introduce this component or do I kind of hold back and fall back on that? You get what I'm saying?
Right. And I understand that Chrisean has done a lot of things to remove faith in her ability to make sound decisions by the public. But at the same time, why are we not still, have we really just decided to not give her any grace? Like, she's sitting here telling y'all that she don't really listen to, or she's not in tune to whatever fuck shit he doing. She's going to church. She's doing her little thing with the boxing. I can't speak to her mothering skills because I don't really follow Chrisean like that. But I know a lot of people are still questioning whether she's a good parent or not. But I mean, that's a different thing. I feel like I feel like she deserves some type of opportunity to better herself, and I haven't seen anything recently that just would make me be like, well, no, she lying, or she's just going right back to him, or this, that, and the third. So I don't know. I don't follow her enough to make that claim.
I just don't like it. I think it's inappropriate. And I don't like when men so men need to stay in men's places when it comes to women, right? Focus on the men. Shit, go find Blueface. Tell his tatted up ass face some stuff, right? Because it's easy for a man to overwhelm and overpower a woman and subdue her. And I'm not saying he's wrong. I just don't like the manner in which it was done. If you really care for somebody, you allow them to keep a particular aspect of their dignity. You know what I mean? You handle them tenderly. I didn't like it. I don't like it. It's off-putting to me, but she seems okay with it.
The algorithm is not chaos.
There's no reason.
Yeah, what she's saying is, and you can do this. She went in, and anything that comes up with his name, she's telling her algorithm, don't send me nothing. People can't even send me messages that contain anything like that. Number one, that's like me going to people be like, you know what so-and-so said about you? No, I don't. And I don't care. So I understand what she's saying. It's very much true. You know, it can very much be true that she don't give a damn and she don't know what the hell he said, even if the world knows. It's called disconnecting. And I see a couple of questions where people are saying, let me read it. Somebody said, so do you think she wants to get back with him? I think it's bigger than that. I think she has a tenderness for him, and I think she always will. But I think she's at the point where she understands that getting back with him is not good for her. Have you always loved somebody? Yeah, go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I agree. She has a whole baby with this man, so he's always going to be around. And she was with him through a lot of different things that, you know, kind of tie you to him. So I can understand that there's always going to be some level of love or affection for him that she's going to have to work around or work through. But I mean, we just can't. She just doesn't seem like the person that's just going to cut him out, unfortunately.
Okay, and then the next comment comes from Black Diamond Rose, says, why isn't anyone holding her accountable about the baby? It's not his. Stop saying that. How do you know that? How do you know that? Beyond a shadow of a doubt, how do you know that? You get what I'm saying, Black Diamond?
Right.
Why isn't anybody holding her accountable? Who? That's not my job. The baby is here. She can't undo the damage that she's done. My thing is, why is it that people seem to get stuck in yesterday and you guys can't move on and follow her journey moving forward? The baby's clean now. He appears to be taken better care of now. She's a bit more hands-on now. She's more affectionate. She's more engaging. How do you all stay in a place of grudges when you see somebody actively trying to change their life? So I would probably rephrase that question to you, Black Diamond, and say, why is it that you haven't been able to move on and appreciate the steps that she's making now for her child? That's my question.
And I also, y'all are going back and forth in the chat about the DNA test, whether it was real or fake. Y'all know that's that man's baby. Why we playing like it's not? I don't believe for a second that is not his child.
Let me real quick. I see we got somebody calling. I hope you're not calling in about I said what I said earlier, because we moved on from that. Capricorn Rose, we're actually in our hot topics. I typically don't take callers, but let me ask you, what you calling in for? Capricorn Rose, you're on mute.
Okay, no, I'm here. I was calling in about the Chrisean Rock topic. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I can go on now.
You good. No, you got it. Go ahead. We want to hear you.
Okay. So I was just, listening to the show like I do every Saturday. And so my thing is, with Chrisean, right? We say give her grace, right? Which we're attempting to do. It was convenient, in my opinion, for her to respond that way to the things that Blueface said about her son. And the things he said about her. She's a setup artist. She does this. I mean, he said a lot of egregious things about that woman. And I don't know that if showing up to perform at his concert, whether you were paid or not, especially when she sits up and talks about how she's moving in a certain light and all money's not good money. She needed to remove herself from baddies for whatever reason. God was telling her to get away from that. This is the same thing. I feel like Chrisean was trying to script the narrative a bit, right? Because even us as real women, we're not famous or nothing like that. There's no man that can come and talk about me and continue to disown my child that I'm going to deal with. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. So Chrisean, she tries to display to the world all this change, and everything that she shows and talks about is everything that she's doing for herself. Every time you see Chrisean, she looks good. She has her hair done. She's doing all this and doing all that. And we have yet to see, yeah, she doesn't owe us anything. You're right about that. I'm a mother too, so I get it. But we yet to see any real progress with her son. So I just feel like it's a part of the plot and the plan. I feel like this is just what they do. Blueface told us. And I believe that. I believe that they do everything that they do for money. And it's unfortunate. It's at the expense of that poor child who cannot defend himself. That's all I got. Thanks for letting me in.
Let me ask you, no, hold on. Let me ask you, look, let me ask you this though. You said, I think you said something along the lines of, no woman, or you spoke to yourself, you're not going to allow a man to say those kind of nasty things about your child and then go perform with them, right? I agree with that for normal functioning women who are in healthy environments, who have lived long enough to know, okay, never again. She's not there yet. So for that demographic that's not there yet, right? Because it took you some time to learn. It took me some time to learn. Think about the shit we was doing when we was 25 and 26. She's not even 25. Is she 25?
She's 26.
She's 26. Think about where you were.
I do, and I get that. I can agree. I can agree. It's like I'm just having a hard time, and again, not the fact of giving her grace because I have no dog in this fight. I'm not team Chrisean or Blueface. I'm neither one of the two. So I don't want you guys to tear me up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how things are convenient, especially with the narrative that it's spinning. That everything that they do for money. Everything that they do is for money. And I believe that. I believe that they would exploit this poor child for money. I really do. And it's unfortunate. Just a month ago when Blueface put up that tweet, she went back to the Danza Project, the same guy. She did an interview. And she said that she was going to respond because she is Chrisean Jr.'s protector. She is going to stand up for him. And when he grows up, he'll know that your mama was there even against your daddy, right? That was her response 1 month ago, March, something like that. That was her response then. Okay, and now fast forward, he put a little sauce on it. So not only is he not my son, she's a setup artist, the real father didn't fit the narrative. It's like he put it all out there on the table, what social media has been divided on all this time. And then she ran over there. She did that. The next day, they're shadow boxing. She got on a pair of his shorts, and then the following day after that, she puts up this big old post saying what it was and what it wasn't. If she didn't owe us anything, and if she wants grace, then just stay quiet and take your licks. In my opinion, you didn't have to, at the beginning of this interview, Queen. If you listen, Danza said they were just communicating back and forth, and Chrisean said, "You want to go live? Yeah, let's go live." All of this stuff is performative, in my opinion, and I'm not giving her grace on that. I'll give her grace on changing. I'll give her grace on not being the person that I once used to see back in 2021, 2022. I'm giving her that. There are changes have been made. But what I am saying is that old Chrisean is rearing its ugly head, and I see it. And I'm just not convinced yet that any of this, even Blueface, anything that they're saying is true. But that specific component of it, yeah, I'm starting to sway a little bit that way, because hey, I'm just looking at it from the beginning to where we are now. I'm not just jumping in now and then looking at some clips from before. I followed the journey, is all I'm saying. But I appreciate it. I'm glad you let me come up here.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Have a good one, guys. Happy Saturday.
You too. All right. That was Capricorn Rose, everybody. Listen, Capricorn said, I got a different opinion on it. And she spoke her piece and she said what she said. Trey, what you got?
Honestly, my question is, when was the last time that we have seen the child? Like, if there's a point. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking, because if there's a point where everybody, even if it is like a performative thing, as far as I want to change my, I want to change who I am to people on the outside. What do they call it? Or I want to change it. Basically, I want to change the perception of myself. So I'm going to do these things to better myself. i.e., working out, doing the boxing thing, going to church, this, that, and the third. If a lot of the flack that I'm getting for myself is the way that I'm mothering my child, yeah, I'm going to hide my baby. And I'm not going to continue to give y'all any type of anything as far as my mothering, because at this point, y'all are just going to poke, pry, and dissect everything that I do when it comes to my child. So I can see it as that as well. I don't necessarily, think that she's just still being a bad mother. I think that she's a young mother who's, trying to learn and grow and understand, how to do that or how to navigate motherhood. I don't know.
No, I got you. I want to say this. I was looking for a question. There was a question. Oh, here it is. It was more of a statement. Braun Sugar said, where's her support system? Listen, I'm one of those people. I can accept people for exactly what you are, even if you're not what I think you should be. Chrisean is not what y'all trying to make her out to be. Y'all are trying to set these expectations, very unrealistic and unreasonable expectations on Chrisean, as if she came up in a loving and doting household, as if she didn't make accusations that her big sister sexually abused her, as if she didn't come from a home where her father sexually abused his own children, as if her mama is not a mother freaking crackhead. Where's her support system? The foundation is cracked. It's tilted. It's slanted. It needs to be replanted. She doesn't have one. And that's why you see Chrisean showing up and attaching herself or doing business or showing up on stage with the likes of a Blueface. She's fighting her demons, but at the same time, she's creating a foundation for herself. And it's not going to be stable right away. It's going to be real shaky. She's going to do a lot of things that most of you would never do, or most of you would disagree with. But not how many of you have been in her shoes? How many of you have been allegedly sexually molested by your own big sister, allegedly touched by your father, allegedly come up in a household where everybody's being touched? Mama is not here, daddy touching us. How many of you have lived that life? And then all of a sudden you straightened up at age 26, never to look back again. And basically, you become Sister Mary Clarence. I like Chrisean. I think her heart is in the right place. I think she's made a lot of mistakes when it comes to her child. I think she's made a lot of mistakes. She ingested alcohol, right? Probably did a little weed or whatever. We can't take that back. But hell, it's a lot of cokeheads and crackheads in the Black community that have done the same to some of you. And they ain't bit most stepped into a church house, apologize, or try to do better. It is what it is. And you got people hemming and clawing at you saying that's still your mama. That's still your daddy. You got to forgive him. You got to give it to God. You got to give him grace. And you be like, hell nah, she ain't even trying. I'm telling you, the girl is trying. Now, think of the generations that we've seen. Half of them still crackheads. If doped out, coked out, smoked out. Two broke niggas in the Escalade. Ain't even trying. What you got, Trey?
I agree. I mean, at the least, she's showing that she wants to make some type of change in her life in a positive manner. I mean, can we give her that at least? No, Vonda, I disagree.
Look, Trey, you got to stay out the comments.
I'm sorry.
I'm following your thought process. Keep going.
No, that's really all I had to say. I just really feel like she has shown at least a modicum of change, and I feel like instead of trying to keep her in a space of I don't like her, or she ain't gonna never get better, or this, that, and the third, I just feel like that she deserves a little piece of grace. She's still in her 20s, y'all. Let the lady breathe. Let her learn how to be a model citizen and a better, I guess, parent, because I don't really know her current way she's teaching or parenting. So I don't know. I think y'all are a little harsh on that lady.
They are. And don't say nothing about Blueface and how he parents or don't.
Exactly.
Don't nobody say nothing about him. He don't have to, because the standard is we black men ain't got to do nothing. They can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. All of the earnest is on the women. And I know I be getting on us, but I ain't heard nobody say nothing about him, whether it's his kid or not. Hell, let me just say this. Some of you are with men that are not your children's fathers, but they've been there since day one. Now imagine if he started to like completely disrupt that relationship and say unkind things, you would hold him accountable, right?
Right.
Y'all are making her responsible for him. And she can't fight it. She can't carry his load and hers. But that's kind of what we're expecting her to do. All right, I'm gonna move on. Let me see. Y'all said we graced out on her, but still praying for her son. Okay, I got it. That's fair. That's fair. Ooh, child, let's see who else we got on this thumbnail. Is it Dr. Cheyenne Bryant?
I think it is.
All right, we're gonna go on to her. Now we covered her earlier in the week. Let me make sure. Yeah, we got everybody. We got MrBeast, we got Kodak Black, we got Chrisean. All right, Cheyenne, baby, you up next. And listen, I figured it out because I had already talked about her. I talked about her earlier this week, and more people are talking about her. And I keep asking myself, why? Why would this woman? Hold on. Let me find the clip I'm looking for. Okay, let's listen to this.
I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
Did you hear that? Let me run it again.
I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
She said she's been in practice as a doctor of psychology for 17, private practice. Cheyenne, now you wrong as hell for that. Did you catch that?
It's so smooth. The lie just rolled off of tongue.
Rolled off. When I tell you clips are resurfacing, let me play it one more time and then we're going to get into it, because I say, what will make a woman go this far and carry that lie? And there are people out here, y'all, she's one of them. It's a lot of them, hell. Some of them in your family. Well, they just going to carry the ball to the finish line because they didn't commit it now. I may as well. I can't turn back now. And I think that's the spirit she's in right now. She's committed. She's not going to come off that throne. She's not going to come off that throne. Period. She would literally have to go to jail. The feds would have to come after her for her. And then she's still going to call herself a doctor in prison. Let me play it one more time and then we're going to move on to some other clips.
You know what's funny, Queen? She has the spirit of.
Let me stop it for you. There you go. Okay, what'd you say, Trey?
I said she has the spirit of Stormy Wellington. Neither one of them backing down.
She's not going to back down.
I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
Having a doctor does not mean someone is a licensed mental health professional.
When somebody say Dr. Bryant, it irks me. Where is she a doctor at?
When I got my doctorate, I transitioned to a psychology expert, life coach, so that my hands wouldn't be tied behind my back.
When someone celebrates.
No, she said a doctor of psychology in private practice. That is misleading. It's unethical and it's a bold-faced lie. That's, if you ever hear doctors, listen. What do they tell you they do? Trey, you here? What do doctors do? What do doctors do?
They practice.
They practice medicine.
Mm-hmm.
They practice medicine. And a lot of people don't really hear that. I had a loved one that was in the hospital a few months ago. And I had to get on the doctor. And I said, hey, you need to do ABC. And they said, well, I said, no, you practice medicine. Well, yeah. I said, so that means you may not be right in this situation because you're practicing.
Exactly.
You learn through trial and error. So I'm asking you to do ABC because essentially you practice. But I saw something that you didn't see. She's not practicing and she lied. She said for 17 years. Hold on. Watch this. What's the name of that school she went to?
Argosy or something like that. Argosy. It starts with an A.
Argosy. Watch this. Argosy University was open for 18 years. How in the hell you practice for 17? When did you have time to get a 2, 3, 4-year degree? Listen, did I lie?
My God.
My God, today. So you mean to tell me we didn't caught you in a lie? The university wasn't open for 18 years. How is you practicing? How did you get your doctorate in 1 year? You didn't. You're a bold-faced lie, right? So we know that. So you mean to tell me you outshined the university? Trey?
But can't find a dissertation nowhere.
Listen, ma'am, you got a lot of explaining to do. So, right, we know you're lying because there's no way you could be practicing for 17 years when the school was open for 18. No. And even if they were open a little bit, give or take, right? You still have to go through the program. You have to do the clinical work. You have to do your dissertation. You have to get your credit hours. You're lying, right? So we know that. We know you're not being honest, period, point blank. But the question is, why was she not corrected? That's where I'm stuck at, because I honed in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. So I'm like, there has to be more to this. So I went down a little rabbit hole. I said, nah, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is it. I think this is the one I'm talking about.
You said, like, literally, there's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar. And
I almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it? Because you've been talking about accountability. You've been talking about high functioning, and you literally told me in my situation, because of the type of high functioning and low functioning people I'm choosing.
Yep.
Why hasn't it worked for you?
For the first few, I was low functioning and I was still in my healing journey. And
she's using, I don't like how she's using low functioning, because typically that's used in a manner when you're talking about individuals that have like intellectual disability, autism, and things like that. So it's almost like we're borrowing terminology from people who've been diagnosed, right, with legitimate conditions, because I know how that, and that's fine. She can use it how she wants, but it could cause a lot of confusion unless she's autistic.
Yeah, it is confusing.
Really transparent about it, huh?
Yeah, it is confusing. What does she mean by low functioning? Like
exactly.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Because typically, if you have any experience with autism or individuals with autism, whether it's directly or indirectly, the first thing they'll do is say, is he high functioning or low functioning? That means, can he talk? Can he count? Can he read? Oh, he's high functioning, but he can't read, or he's low functioning, nonverbal, none of. So I don't like how she's using terminology in ways that it shouldn't be used, just to sound smart. Does that make sense?
It does.
To my people out there that really know, this is typically applied in autistic communities. Let's continue. So that just caught my ear for a second. I'm like, huh? What you mean? Unless she has autism and she just hasn't been honest.
And so I law of attracted low functioning.
That happened all 4 or just the first?
The first, I would say like the first 2 or 3. Definitely
Okay.
low.
So the law of attraction is from Robert Greene. So she's throwing a little bit of psychology, a little bit of autistic lingo in there. She just grabbing terminology from all of these different dimensions.
Low functioning of myself.
How were you low functioning that found things that where you thought this was your match, this was your person, and then it still didn't go through because you were low functioning?
I take accountability. It was my fault because I knew all of them were not my person. And so this is why I say it's not their fault, because these men wasn't infidelity. You know, they weren't beating on me. I attract good men, but I wasn't in the space of being ready to marry them. But I knew.
You's a lie. She's a lie. That's how we talk in the country. Use a lie. Now you're selling. Now you're propositioning yourself to Nick to let him know, oh, I don't attract no hood boogers. I don't attract the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Dusties. I mean, high quality, high value men do honor me. Oh, they've all wanted to marry me. You see how she's positioning now? But I was low functioning. That don't even sound right.
It don't.
That don't even sound right. Let's continue.
I needed them to be good for me, Nick, because I needed something good to be reflected on me.
You just said they were high value men. You attract nothing but winners, number one stunners.
For my healing journey.
You said, like, literally, there's been 4 times that you've almost went down.
Let me get into the one where she says she's a narcissist. That's the one I was looking for. Hold on. Not that one. I think I felt. Let me go up. Child, I got so much on her. I think it's here. Let me go down. She got, if you see it, let me know. She has on a brown dress. This may be it.
A lot of people don't know how to talk to her. I'll be like, are you a licensed doctor? I want to see you slither out of that. Not with me, because I'm not regular. When you talk to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching you. I'm not listening to you. I'm watching you. You're not a registered doctor. It's been, everybody looked it up. A lot of people looked it up. You see this who you are. You a bust down. That was before she did the Breakfast Club. It's a bust down, dog. Man, let me tell you something. Do you know you have to get chosen to be a doctor? You can't just go to doctor. Yeah, I'm going to go be a doctor. No, you have to get accepted in. Right. We want her to answer, who is this lady? Who is this lady? Everybody be wondering why her relationships don't work out. If she tell the truth, who that lady is, I believe a lot of people are going to be able to see why relationships don't work out with her. A lot of people don't know how to talk to her.
Hold on. Is it this one? It's one of them where she admits to.
How do you give advice on marriages or marriage couples when you're not married? What do you say to those?
Let me come back to this. I'm gonna find that tape. Hold on. This might be it.
I want to go back to the good Dr. Umar Johnson was saying.
I believe that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is quite possibly the same personality type as Nick Cannon and Cam Newton. I believe that all 3 of you are serial monogamists with narcissistic tendencies.
So to address the first question, which was, do I believe that I have some narcissistic traits in my low functioning behavior? Absolutely. For me to be able to emasculate that man and he's just loving on me, he's never disempowered me.
What man? What man?
This man wasn't cheating or beating on me. He was there all day.
Do you struggle with the same things that I struggle with? Self-importance.
Not at this level. Do I have a high level of self-love and high and self-value? Yes. Can my confidence be on steroids sometimes because that's the way I inspire me? Yeah. Does my self-talk show up externally sometimes? Yeah. Is my self-talk narcissistic? Abso-fucking-lutely.
I want to go back.
What you got, Trey?
I'm still kind of hung up on this low functioning. What does she mean, low functioning? I'm just still confused. But she definitely she definitely gives a narcissistic tendencies. I actually believe I'm actually shocked because I'm agreeing with Dr. Umar as well as what's that other Negro name that was up there? Corey Holcomb. It's bad when you have to agree with Corey Holcomb and Dr. Umar about you. That's the sad state of affairs.
I think Cheyenne, I'm gonna break it down and then I'm gonna get up off of you because I don't believe in kicking or beating a dead horse.
Right.
I think Cheyenne is a very beautiful woman, but I think she may be sick in some ways. that she's not really willing to be honest about, right? And she doesn't have to be. But there are characteristics there. Habitual lying, grandiose personality, godlike complex. Even when you caught red-handed, you can't even say something as simple as "I'm sorry." Lying about not being able to get a degree when people are logging on in a real time and saying, "This woman is a lie. Look, I'm walking you through the system." People are presenting their screen showing, if you went to Argosy University or Argosy University, look right here, I'm getting my transcript. And she's standing on business. She's saying basically, F you, F you, F you. You don't have a degree, ma'am. You did, or maybe you did go and you didn't finish for whatever reason. See, when you have a grandiose and godlike complex, you feel like you don't have to when the money starts flowing in. When you start to become bigger than a program. And I'm sure that while she was learning or pretending to learn, and while she was enrolled, she probably had some conflicting interests. Maybe she was getting gigs while she was there and not able to complete and complete her work or complete her degree because the money was coming in, the speaking engagements were coming in. Beautiful woman, great opportunity. Screw it, fuck it. I don't have to finish. Shit, they're calling on me. They're accepting me labeling myself as a doctor. I got it. Fuck that university. Oh, now they're asking for 1 year later. You know what? I was there. Even though I may have dropped out allegedly, I can put myself there. Oh shit, now they want a degree. Well, I'm gonna say my transcripts are gone. And I'm gonna continue to go and go and go until I can't anymore, and I'm gonna crash and burn. But the question still remains for me. See, everybody's looking at the lie. I'm looking at the WHY. I'm looking at the why, the lie. This is why. Listen. This is why. Here we go. I think this is it.
Would you date a man like your father?
So love that. That's a hybrid answer. I would date a father like my father. Any man who has multiple kids by multiple women is a womanizer.
I can log off right now if y'all didn't get what she just said. I don't think I honed in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. What you got, Trey?
I don't know. Let me think. Let me hold off and think about it for a second because I'm trying to soak it in. Because when she says a father that's like her father was her father a womanizer? Is that what she's saying, or was she saying he wasn't a womanizer?
Hold on. Let me start it all over. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take it down and put it right back up. Hold on. Here we go. Now we're gonna play it again.
Would you date a man like your father?
Would you date a man like your father? Listen very closely to her response.
So love that. That's a hybrid answer. I would date a father like my father.
You can't date your father, sweet pea. Listen, would you date a man like your father? I will date a father like my father. Now watch her describe her father from a child's point of view as she's speaking as an adult woman. Let's go.
Any man who has multiple kids by multiple women is
your daddy.
A womanizer.
Your daddy.
And in addition to that, you married none of them. It's not
your daddy.
Not a thought, it's a no. What kind of man goes and procreates with multiple women, provides no covering, no provision, and you're not in the house with any of them?
And the question was, would you date a man like your father? And what'd she say? Oh, I'm going somewhere with this.
Like her father, which still doesn't. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Which means that you're still dating a man that has children with another person. So
A horrible man.
right.
That she's describing. A horrible man and a horrible father. She said you provided no covering for the kids. Would you date a man like your father? No, I will date a father like my father, which is why I say listen to what she's saying. You were in the show, Vonda. I brought you in the show. You just got to be patient. Y'all can't keep coming up and coming down, and I'm bringing you in the show. You were already in the show. So now y'all done got me off now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, is she implying that her father was somebody who was just a rolling stone, who was just having kids everywhere and not taking care of the kids? That's what she's implying?
Yes.
Okay, well, if you would date that doesn't, child, I don't know. Bless her
Yes,
heart.
but if you go back to he asked you, would you date somebody like your father? You said I would date a father like my father, and you went on to describe a horrible father. Watch this. Okay. She said a man that didn't provide, a man that's sleeping with a bunch of women, a man that didn't give covering, right?
Right.
Remember that. Remember that.
You're selfish. You have narcissistic traits, or you are narcissistic, and you are very much a womanizer who cares about one person, yourself.
Would you date a man like your father? I will date a father like my father.
Would you date a man like your father?
Now, let's go back to the father thing, and I'm done after this. So, have you noticed what she's doing? You remember I said Cheyenne don't fool with women like that. She don't fuck with us like that, rightfully so. Because you would listen, you get in front of the right woman, she will hand you your behind to you. Number one. So you already know. You're not really women gonna see through that, but the niggas don't. Because they see the beauty in something they can hit. Guess who she's placing herself in front of over and over again? The Cam Newtons, the Nick Cannons. Trey, who?
Her father.
Boom. Hoping to get chose. Boom.
Oh, it's really sick. Like I honestly believe there's something going on mentally that's not it's a little unwell.
Yes. Because she's
And I hate to say that because she's a beautiful woman, and but she's very intelligent. I'm not understanding. So why would that lead you to create this lie of? Because there's one thing, like you could just hold on to being. What's wrong with being a damn life coach? Like for you to continue to go on these different areas and lead with the lie. Oh, I'm a doctor of 17 years. Oh, I practiced this. I've done that. I've done this, that, and the third. Like, if you didn't do it, man, why do you feel the need? Why is it? I don't know. I'm confused.
Why would she do it if you slow down competition, competing?
Right.
So who competes? Kids, children compete. She just told you her father created a bunch of children. Her mom was a white, I think either white or biracial lady, right? If my father's creating all of these illegitimate children and he's invalidating the women, refusing to marry them, leaving these little dirty kids all over the city and town. I just happen to be one of the few attractive ones. I got to make myself seem better than what I come from. I have to create an identity that's beyond anything that anybody can attach me to, right? Whether it's my mom being a single white woman, having a baby by this black loser, I have to create, like little kids do, a fairy tale story about myself. And that tells me she probably started to create it and overemphasize who she was or establish a superiority complex over the other kids, because some of them do look blacker than her, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And just carried the cloak and wore the cape of being better and never abandoned that. Never really healed from that, right? And probably she saw her mom competing with the other women over a Dusty. who refuse to marry any of them.
And once you start all of that lying, eventually you'll just live in that lie and believe it yourself.
But you remember I said this the other day, and Vonda, you're in the show, but don't come off mute yet. I'm gonna let you know. Now, remember I said this the other day when I said these men are smart. You can't fool them. Men are not as dumb as y'all think they are. I said these niggas smart. They know you're not the real deal, but they still want to try it. And so Nick Cannon basically was saying in his interview, if you all that, how come ain't nobody bag you? Because they know, beautiful woman or not, you not as smart as you come off across. You not who you say you are. And if you doing allegedly shit with me behind closed doors and you know I got a woman or a wife, you not really high value as a woman as you present yourself to be. You still in competition with my wife when you knew what it was. You still in competition with the gurus of the world pretending to be a doctor. This woman lives a fairy tale life. And typically people with heavy mental health diagnosis, because narcissism, and I'm not saying she has it, but narcissism is a personality disorder, y'all. It's a form of personality disorder, somewhat adjacent to schizophrenia. When you see schizophrenic people outside, they'll tell you they Jesus Christ. They'll tell you they're running for president. Just a milder form of a personality disorder. This woman believes she's a doctor. This woman believes she's had a private practice for 17 years when the school was only open 18, 19 years. Ma'am, you're lying. Now, if you understand the spectrum, do you see she's not too far off from schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Vonda, what are your thoughts?
Sorry.
Okay, my thoughts is Queen. I didn't even say anything when you said Vonda. Oh my God.
Hey.
Okay. We're gonna stay on the subject, Queen. Okay, so my perspective of this woman, she's been faking it a long time there in California. She's been getting in with the NAACP, misrepresenting herself for years. She's been in the nonprofit atmosphere of coming up and showing up. I'm going to counsel the children. And the whole time she knew she ain't had no degree. And nobody checked her about what she says. The pretty privilege, but she says also it's a curse. How can it be both things? Because when it's working for you with the pretty privilege, when nobody's checking or asking you, let me see what is your credentials. She never had to show up. She had to just talk. She talks a good game. She's a scammer, just like. Ooh, you know, when you got that gift of gab, like Stormy, that whole perspective. Oh, okay, I'm just talking that talk. She knows how to talk. She knows how to talk to someone who's who's ghetto, and then she knows how to use the right words to then talk to somebody who's more educated, and she uses the right words. But the whole time she's scamming. She's getting paid. She's getting paid under the table. She hangs out with the gangs. Don't get it twisted. That's why she said that whole thing about I don't give a F about what you think as long as my followers. Like you talking on some gang shit to me. What do you mean? An educated person who has degrees and the credentials would surely just say, you know what? I did do all of this, but this school closed. And I'm so sorry that maybe at this time I cannot show you, but I'm still a life coach. I still have I've still did my hours on this. I'm so sorry that maybe I need to take away doctor and just put coach because I do owe the people who are following me to be educated and then have a license in this. I'm licensed in this, I'm licensed. There's no license you can find. And then when she switched to the Pfizer, I went to the financial institution to get it. A financial institution has nothing to do with your credits. They can only rectify the finances that they allocated towards you. So that's two separate things. So when she put that together, that sounds like a bunch of muck. So all in all, if she was smart and like you said, it's a disease on that narcissistic, it's almost the same as schizophrenia. You're not in a reality world and you want somebody to accept the reality that you're pushing out to us, but it's not a reality. And you're dead wrong to even do that. And that broken home bullshit she said about you. No, what do you mean? A woman can create a whole home there too if the man is showing up and providing financially. Maybe he ain't doing it 24 hours a day, but why call these children and that home broken? What do you mean broken? What do you mean broken? You know how many single women have raised functional black men? You see all these NFLs, NBA players, most of them have been single mothers, even if they have a white mother and they had a black man that made them babies with them. They raised them childs to be functional. So what do you mean about a brokenness? Only a person is broken, not the whole aspect of the home is broken. It's just a little piece of the puzzle is not there. But if there's the right woman and factor or the right man, them children will be okay. You understand what I'm saying? So she gave that aspect of so. I just didn't get it, and then to a woman to talk who ain't never been married. How are you gonna tell me how to combine a family and be in a marriage and a union with a man?
All right.
Oh, you ain't in a union. And then later, first she was saying about a union, and then now she's saying the side. Oh, I ain't gonna say the word B.
All right, now
the side women are the ones that's getting the bulk of it, and the wife is getting the crumbs. How dumb is that? No, you're getting the crumbs. The wife is getting it all. You're under her table eating from the crumbs that's dropped or whatever she ain't fulfilling in her man. So you're only getting the crumbs because she's getting the whole pie.
Okay.
And I said what I said.
All right, let me go to the next caller. Hi, Trey, don't get it. Hold on, Bond. I got to go to my next person. Mute up. Mute up.
I don't see myself talking no more.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Go ahead and cook, Ms. Vonda. Go ahead and cook.
She's still talking, but I got took off stage. Go ahead.
Hi, Ms. Hi, everyone. To me, Cheyenne Bryant, she's a bona fide grifter. Pretty privilege, delusions of grandeur. Her perception is her reality, and I said what I said, Queen.
She said what she said. I'm gonna remove Cynthia. All right, Vonda, that's all you got. Her screen froze. Vonda, I'm kicking you out. Your whole device then froze up. You froze up, Miss Vonda. Let me go ahead and. All right, Trey. Let me play the rest, and then I think Cheyenne Bryant, before what is it called? StreamYard kicked me out, and I played the piece. So that's the why, you guys. The why is the need to be seen, recognized, feel valued by the man in her life, her father. So how does that tie into being a doctorate or lying about a doctorate? Well, I have the looks. I was the prettiest, probably, as a mixed breed. Daddy still didn't come. Daddy still didn't want me. I know that's what these niggas like, but now everybody's pretty. right? The dark skinned girls, the brown girls, the Latin girls, the white, everybody can go get a little bit of work. So that game is old. Let me add doctor to this motherfucker. Let me put a little stank on it. Let me put a little razzle dazzle because niggas ain't picking like they used to. Now they want you to come with a little bit of just being more than a trophy wife, just being a little bit more than something to look at because everybody's something to look at. I'm gonna get down on it. I'm getting attention from saying I'm a doctor. This is opening up doors for me to get my foot in the door to talk to these athletes, to talk to these men. Oh, that money comes to me. And hopefully I can bag a nigga. But she hasn't been able to. Right. And things begin to unravel the more she talked. I want to play something when she sat in front of that lady. And I think her downfall is overstating who she is. Her downfall is saying too much. A little bit goes a long way. Yeah, it won't even let me share. Trey ScreenYard may kick me out again.
I got you, Queen.
Okay.
Scream
If it does,
no real gift
yeah,
today.
if it does, just ride for me.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got it. So let's continue real quick before I get kicked out, and then we'll break this down, and then we'll go to her latest interview with the news, with the independent journalist that she sat with. Here we go.
I don't think we can hear it.
And in addition to that, you marry none of them. It's not a thought, it's a no. What
Can you
kind
hear
of
it?
man goes and procreates with
Yes.
multiple women, provides no covering, no provision?
So listen to this. She's mad at her dad because she said, what kind of man goes and procreates with multiple women? You're not providing a covering. See, a covering is a spiritual instruction for a man to provide over his wife. No provision, right? Is God, the husband, and then the wife. She's mad because she was raised in a broken home, or if her mom did get with somebody, it wasn't her father. So I am going to assume, and I know this probably is not going to make a lot of sense, there was probably a level of abuse, emotional or physical, right, of abuse. And she blames her father for not being there to protect her. Now, watch this, because she intentionally puts herself in front of men that are just like her father. Men that have the resources to procreate and don't provide a covering. We're not talking financial. She's Nick covering. She's speaking from a perspective of love, what a husband is supposed to do. She's speaking like in two toggles. A covering is what a man is supposed to do for a woman. And when he covers her, she covers the children. You get what I'm saying? So she's mad about something. And I think Dr. Cheyenne wants to get her lick back by bagging one of these guys, and also in the manner that she speaks to them, exposing who they are, right? And it's the truth. Cam Newton, yeah, he out here doing a lot. He out here doing a lot. But she places herself in a superiority over these women that are allowing this to be done to them. That's why she said, I'll talk to Jeff. What you doing to her ain't right. But you would take her place in a heartbeat if Cam Newton chose you. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. So she's playing in spaces that are similar to what her dad did, because that's where she gets her value from. That's why she calls herself a doctor, to get in front of men who are like her dad, in hopes of being married, in hopes of being wifed up. That's all. But the clock is ticking, because now she's pushing 40 something. And typically, you don't really bag those. I mean, look at Michael Jordan. He didn't reach for his age. He reached back. Jamie Foxx, they reach back. So if you're looking at a black man, they reach back. Jamie just got his younger white girl pregnant, right? His white girlfriend. They reach back. So the clock is ticking. And you're still playing in these spaces with niggas that will never choose you. And she's willing to take the lie all the way. That's why. That's why. Oh, too foxy. I don't know if that's my wheelhouse, girl. For 5 piece and a pepper, you say, can you do a dating live meet and greet? Ooh, girl. I don't know. But that's why. Is it that serious? You tell me. You have men that are Tindler swindlers. Yes, it's that serious. You have men that do it every day. I just laid it out for you. She's a swindler. You have men that we've seen Netflix documentaries of men pretending to be rich. What was the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio based off of a true story? A man pretending to be a pilot until the FBI caught him. Learn how to fly planes. Yes, personality disorders.
You cooking, Queen. You're making a lot of sense. It's just disheartening that she felt the need to go this route, because searching for a dad is not. It's one thing for her to be doing that for herself, but using these credentials that she doesn't have is harming other people. And that's the main issue, that she's harming others with these false credentials.
Mm-hmm. She don't care because she has a grandiose, a godlike. She has a grandiose, like a view of herself, perception of her, and that's her reality. Men do it all the time. You be like, how was them women that dumb to give up all this money to the men because he said he came from a rich family in Italy and he was moving. We've watched it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're seeing in real time. I hope I helped break that down for you. You're witnessing probably somebody who's gone undiagnosed with a personality disorder. Probably. Let me just say allegedly. Allegedly. And she's not going to give y'all what you want. So you may as well leave her alone.
Right. She has no there's no incentive for her to reveal that she ain't a doctor and come clean and apologize. She's standing both feet down in this menagerie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let me see. Oh, this right here. Give me 1 second. This is the last one I want to play, and we're out of here. This is the last one. I don't think I'm as mad as everybody else. Like, I can look at people and say, oh, okay, she two kind of crazies and move on. But I think people are more upset because y'all got by a beautiful woman. Y'all expect this level of foolery from the darkies, the dark-skinned girls. Them light brights, damn near whites. Got them. Got them. You be like, baby, you ain't even got to do all that. Why would she do it to me? I don't know. Don't ask me. She ain't even got to do all that.
It's funny you say that, Queen, because just like I said, she has the spirit of Stormy Wellington. Now, Stormy Wellington, a more darker hued young woman. Y'all let her rope y'all around the coals and take all y'all money for years. Still defending that lady.
And everybody's moved on, right? Because you expect that from a darkie, from a Stormy Wellington. But everybody, baby, when I tell you the world, they are mad because not are good, beautiful. Yeah, that's why I think people are bothered. Because the looks doesn't match the behavior. You expect that to come from somebody else. But Argosy University says, if this is real, it says all records and transcripts are still accessible on our online portals. Any degrees that have been conferred to actual graduates are also still available for the record. Listen, they have entered the chat. But let me play this real quick. Let me play this. I'm on Kodak. Why are you on Kodak? This is the last one. Hold on. I believe this is her mom. I believe that's her mom. Does she look like her mom?
Yes, she does.
Okay, let me take that off. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here it is. All right, here we go. Oh man, this thing is just taking so long.
Mm-hmm.
If it kicked me out, Trey, you know what to do.
Yes, I do.
Here we go.
There we go. Well, while we're
Stream
waiting,
yard, I'm
once
gonna break
again,
up with y'all because listen, I don't want. Here you go.
hit the like button while we're
Somebody
waiting on
posted this. Oh,
StreamYard
this was
to get together. There we go.
Are out there, why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees, and my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles. It's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live for the most part. My sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharp, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see, right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And
I can't be mad at her because I really think something is seriously wrong with her. She's now referring to her interviews with Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, and B. Simone as sessions, therapy sessions. That's a sickness. That's a fantasy world that you're living in. Does that make sense? Anybody do y'all hear me?
Right. Yeah, we can hear you.
That is very unethical. Because even if you were a doctor, even if you were a psychologist, a therapist, or a counselor, you know damn well you cannot do a live session like that.
Right.
But you're not any of them. And you were referring, which one of your, listen, what therapist would monetize a session on YouTube? Thank you. Let's continue.
deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself. They deemed it as my work being effective. I am effective at what I do. I'm
Finally,
educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I'll land on this. I created my own lane. And so a lot of times,
You see how she's not going to create space for you to get in there and challenge her?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue. You see how the lady tried to get in and take control of the interview to direct the questions in a way that would be more meaningful, more transparent, where the audience can maybe get some answers that they've been looking for. She's not going to allow that to happen.
so when people see that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy. And you got to
She said y'all are envying her.
be okay.
I
And
see
you got to be
you
okay
view
with
it,
that
yeah,
in that
as an
space.
attack,
yeah.
but I think, and I've gotten this question from many viewers,
Yeah.
and I owe it to them
You
in
do.
service to
Absolutely.
them. Why not drop doctor from your name if you
Well,
cannot bring forth
yeah,
the doctoral degree?
So I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book.
Oh.
Oh.
There you got it.
Oh, baby. Ooh. Now that was kind of rude.
Kinda.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see which way this gonna go. Hold on, y'all. Oh. So not only but this was good. So you refusing to let the lady take control of her own show, her own interview. And then when she's trying to ask you reasonable questions, you say, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this book.
So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Oh. She held on wheels in real time.
Cheyenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And that's where, and you're standing by that.
Standing by it. Yeah,
right.
because I earned it. Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
No,
Thank you. I know
thank
you're
you.
going to hang around and
I want to thank you for
topics.
asking the hard questions.
Well, I have
Girl, you didn't answer them.
Appreciate
you know,
that.
I'm a journalist with 2 degrees at the end of the
How
day,
many?
and so I had
How
2.
many? Come on, girl.
Yes, Northwestern and Emory
Come on, girl.
University. So I
There
had to
you
make
go.
sure I display that as
Yeah.
well.
Oh. Did you catch that shade?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all catch that shade? Shit, she ain't gonna let you bulldoze her and bitch her out on her look, with loser bitch activities on her show. She said, "No, yeah, I displayed mine." Oh, Hershey, thank you for the 5-piece and the pepper. You said that's clear shade. She said, "Yeah, now that's why I just." Oh, let me play it again, child. Let me get his sister her props. Hold on. Let me get his lady her props. Give me 1 second.
So I had to make sure I display that.
Oh, now that's how you that's how you clear a bitch. That's how you put her in her place.
As
That's
well
how
as
you
a
do it.
journalist. So thank you for coming and for hanging around. We're going to have some fun in just a little bit.
Oh, did y'all catch that shit? Yeah, I'm a journalist. Oh, Trey, what you got? Vonda, you up next. Go ahead. Trey.
She said, let me tell you about yourself, and while telling you about myself, that Cheyenne is a piece of work. That lady said, I'm not answering nothing, but thank you for asking the question. Scammer. She's a scammer. That's all I got. That lady's a scammer.
Okay, Vonda, what you got on this one before I go to my next video? You're on mute.
Okay, there's Sugar Bean. So again, I told you I'm ready for camera today. You know how.
Well, let me show you. Hold on
Okay,
now.
on camera because I'm
Hold
with
on.
this.
Vonda want to say hi to y'all. Hold on. Let me give her a
Hey.
nice little something. Hold on, Vonda. Let me get it teed up now.
Okay, Sugar.
Let me see if I can do it.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
You hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on.
And that's the
I may
reason
not
why.
be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Now look. Here you go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just wave and say hi.
Okay. Hey everybody. I love y'all. And before I wasn't I was looking a little shady, but I made sure I had my lashes on, my glasses, I did my little hair, did all that. And again, I want to tell you, once I turn off my TV, I cannot hear anybody. Like when I rewind it, and y'all was like, Vonda, hush, 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 hush. So I did not know that, and I don't want to
That's
disrespect.
all right. Just get in.
Okay.
Don't waste your time. Come on, let's go.
Okay. That's all. What I'm saying right now, you see how the media, that's a dark skinned woman and that's a light skinned woman, and then you see how she did that. No, you're not gonna do that. But she said, well, why don't you just tell the people what you need? She was right then and there felt disrespected. How and disrespected? Like I'm saying, a woman with credentials, whether it's not in place at this time, etiquette, you would be like, you know what? There's right now a situation that I'm going on, and I'm fighting about that. But I've done all what I needed to do, and I'm so thankful that you asked me these questions because I do need to address that, not on some gangster bullshit she talking about. And then we talking about the book. What do you mean talk about the book? You cannot disregard what's all in the media because the book ain't in the media. Baby, we don't know nothing about the book. What's in the media now is about your credentials. And she could have did that in such an eloquent way and say, you know what, I do need to address that at a later time. I will show everybody what's going on with me and what's going on with Argosy University that has not been addressed. But I'm so sorry about that. You know how to finesse? She's finessing. She's been finessing on a man's platform all this time. Because think about it. All this time, Cam, and all these other people is talking. She never gets in front of the camera with women. I don't see so many platforms she's been on women. Her stick is to check men and how men are not doing the right thing because she has a grudge against her father did her and all the baby mamas. That's you get what I'm saying? That's really where she wants to identify with. It has nothing to do with us women. I'm really telling you, she has no gripe with us. She has a gripe with men. You
I
men
got it. That's a good
can
place.
be
That's a good place to end. Hold on.
okay.
That's a good
I've
place.
been
Let me
in
go
the
to
chat.
Hershey.
Okay.
Let me go to Hershey. Hershey, what you got?
Baby. Oh, I was just trying to clear up my super chat. I was saying that's her clear side showing up.
Oh.
That's that clear side showing up on her with that superior attitude. Because we act like colorism didn't stem from racism. She feel like it's okay to lie about her credentials because she has the privilege. Not only pretty privilege, but she's half clear. So she's a step above regular Negroes. I'm just being real about it. So yeah, she could go on these different platforms and present herself as something that she is not, don't have any records for. But if it was someone of your hue or my hue or any or darker or whatever, we would have been had to show credentials on what they would have been had attention on it. They would have been are you really a doctor? What is your credentials? Where did you graduate from? What's your dissertation? What was it on? We would have been had to give this info. How did she was able to glide past all of this and present herself as a doctor all this time? It's not just because of her looks. Because let's be clear, there's more beautiful women out there that are prettier than her. Let's not act like she's just the baddest thing walking on the face of the earth. There's other women that are more beautiful. So it's not just her looks, it's that underline, I'm better than you Negroes because I'm half clear. And that's just it. That's all I have.
All right. All right. But look, let me take it somewhere else real quick. Y'all got 2 more clips. Give me a second. Everybody mute up. The Reality Grizzly says, shout out to Vonda because you said a word. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me get it teed up. I got something. Let me take off this. I just found the second part. So the journalist that said, yes, because I'm a journalist, I need to display my degrees. Gotta ask. Put her in her place. That's how you match energy. That's how you can, for those of you that don't mind matching, and every now and then I don't either. But if you gonna match, that's how you match. Okay. Now let's take a look at this clip real quick.
I'm gonna clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again.
No,
Listen,
that ain't what I
don't
want.
give a
That
fuck
ain't what I
what your
want.
narrative.
That ain't the one I'm trying to do. The one I'm trying to do is where the lady, I'm gonna have to skip over it, but listen, take a look at this one. Right here. Let's take a look at this one.
I want to back it up a little bit because I want to make sure I comprehended or understood you correctly. So you're saying that you got pregnant when you were a teen. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And your family supported your, or you all together decide that you were going to have an abortion?
Well, all the women in my family, my mom and grandmother said, keep it, keep it, keep it.
Okay.
Right. My mom was a teenage mama with me. Right.
Yep.
So I was repeating the cycle.
Okay.
My father said, hell no. Me and your mom had you we got pregnant at 15 and 16. We had you at 16, 17 years old. Not doing it. I went with who? The head, my dad. He said, you hate me now, but you'll thank me later. I didn't hate him then, but he's right. Sophomore year, I think it was in college. I called him and I said, thank you, Daddy. He said, for what?
Damn. Hold on. That's my fault.
I want to back it up a little bit because I want to make sure I comprehended or understood you correctly. So you're saying that you got pregnant when you were a teen. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And your family supported your, or you all together decide that you were going to have an abortion?
Well, all the women in my family, my mom and grandmother said, keep it, keep it, keep it. Right. My mom was a teenage mama with me.
You see how okay, let me say this real quick. She's setting the scene, the stage for the women are not smarter. So when I tell y'all say, well, why would she lie about a doctoral? I said she has a superiority complex for women. She thinks she's smarter. And she just used that as an example. The women told me to keep it, but my dad was the one that made the right decision. And she's about to lead into how she called him to thank him for encouraging her to kill her child.
Right.
Yep.
So I was repeating the cycle.
Okay.
My father said, hell no. Me and your
Right.
mom had you we got pregnant at 15 and 16. We had you at 16, 17 years old. Not
Right.
doing it. I went with who? The head, my dad. He
Yeah.
said, you hate me now, but you'll thank me later. I didn't hate him then, but he's right. Sophomore year, I think it was in college. I called him and I said, thank you, Daddy. He said, for what? I said, for being a dad and for making that executive decision for me, because you're right. I am going crazy in my career. I'm taking 26 units a semester. And guess what? As a single mama, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And guess what? You're right. The guy that I got pregnant with, who was my high school boyfriend, my high school sweetheart, we were in a real relationship, girl. We went to uniformal together. We was all in love. Great guy. But guess what? We wouldn't have been together. And
Right.
so
No, you wouldn't have.
everything Daddy told me in hindsight, from having insight based on experience that gives you wisdom, he was right. And I wrote on that and I took his guidance and I allowed him to lead me. And when a man can lead you right, you'll end up in the promised land.
She full of shit because you just described him as the dusty, crusty, rusty ass Negro who didn't provide covering, resources, protection, profession, or none of that over y'all. Now, all of a sudden, I told you she likes to pretend to be something that she's not. And she did it when she sat in front of Nick Cannon to girl, trying to make it seem like you came from this devout household where your dad was the lead and you've always been established under a male's leadership. Look, grandioso. Fake. When a man leads you, why are you talking about your daddy as if he's your husband? Number one. Number two, he didn't do shit. He just didn't want a problem. Okay. And how, child, I'm done with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Real quick, Trey, what you got?
I agree. I think that it's very weird how she is fantasizing about her father and creating this idea that he was something that he was not. Because on one hand, he's the best man in life, gave her all of the right advice, and on the other hand, he was a cheating, no good Rolling Stone. It doesn't make sense. You know, I hate that this is a Black woman that's being polarized as somebody who is out here lying to people, and but at the same time, she is harming people with the way with the way that she's going about using these false credentials. I hope that there's some type of resolvency in her within herself that she can come to, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like her pride is too high to where she's going to ride this wheel until it goes to the pit of hell. So I hate to say that, but she's got to get it together.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Lisa Love, explain this to me. You said she was, well, you didn't say you said pregnant at 10 is statutory rape, and that's not a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, lie after lie. She said she was pregnant at 10? I didn't hear that part. What am I missing? Did y'all hear that? I did.
I thought she said she was a teen. I thought she said she was a teen, or she was in high school.
She said 15. Hold on now.
Yeah, I don't think she was a 10-year-old. That's I don't know.
Lord have mercy. Now I gotta go back because listen, you got me in my feelings. Let me replay it real quick. Just that. Well, let me pick up from here so we can at least finish it.
Not the wilderness. So he avoided my wilderness, prevented my wilderness. And now I'm telling you, I'm in the fucking promised land. I am in the promised land. What is it? I don't know, 30 years later, 20 something years later from that decision. Because I had a father. And this is why I freaking yell from a mountaintop how important fathers are.
I told you something wrong with this lady. God forbid. I mean, God forgive me for saying this. Cheyenne, something is wrong with you because you talked about how he wasn't there and he didn't provide and he this and this and that. And now you creating this fantasy in your head that you come from this perfect background and he was just this great guy. And because of his covering, which you said he didn't do, because of his profession, you know, when a man professes his prayers and all of that, which you said he didn't do. Now you are in a fucking promised land. Woo! Remember I said, like, you will see schizophrenic people, not calling her schizophrenic, that'll tell you they Jesus Christ. They are this and that. They're the president and this, and I'm rich.
In our life, a girl is what her daddy makes her, and a man is what his mama makes him, period, when it comes to relationships.
Okay.
And fathers are important. And so when I talk about broken homes and broken families, yes, it pisses me off because we got to do better. And moms are obviously important, but fathers have a different logic that couples with the mom's love and nurturing that makes for the balance that kids need to be thriving.
I want to back it up a little bit because I want to make sure I comprehended or understood you correctly. So you're saying that you got pregnant when you were
That's all I got on her. I mean, I wish the best for her. Unfortunately, she's not coming off of that. She's staying on that. That's it. That's all. We've been on for almost 3 hours. It's 2:53. That's it. That's all. Vonda, I'm giving you 30 seconds. What you got? Final thoughts.
Okay, let me turn off my TV. Okay. Y'all hear me? Okay, so I'm gonna give you I want to give you an insight on a distortion of having a father who is not accountable and had
Okay,
never
you got 30
shown.
seconds, Vonda. You got 30. I gotta go,
Okay,
y'all.
I'm trying to talk.
You got 30 seconds. Let's go.
Okay, I'm giving you a
All right.
distorted vision of I was a daddy's girl. My father was a dope fiend. He was on the corner all day, all night, drinking and smoking and singing like the 5 Tops or the 4 Tops. Nobody can keep me. When I say I would, people would stop me in the middle of the street saying, "Where you going, little girl?" I would be taking me and my little sisters and brothers. I was the oldest. And they would be like the baby kids. We're walking at 7 o'clock at night to meet my father at the liquor store. And he's singing there. I would bring sandwiches, juices to him. But guess what? Until I became an adult and seen how dysfunctional that was, he was the ultimate of a man to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I was identified with males more than I was with women because my mother was the hard ass at the house who was not loving. She talked to me hard. But when I seen him, he was baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. You're so this, you're so that. So it was all emotions that only when I seen him, he was giving me so much love. So eventually the life taught me men have a whole different, they treat you different. But I was more male identified for years until maturity taught me, yo, these men they will dog you out. They will dog you out more. But he wasn't in the home. And my stepfather was a solid man. And my mother made sure you can't penalize them, you can't counsel them, you can't do shit because they daddy is they daddy. So I kind of understand her about being strong in that, and she needs counseling on that because her perspective of a man is distorted. It is distorted. And that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm just saying, I was a girl who only identified with men because women were not nice to me, according to me.
I got you, Vonda. Thank you for sharing that. They say you need to write a book.
And that's real life shit I'm saying. Like, I really, I wish she would just tell the truth. I really would, because she's a smart individual. She has a lot to share in the world. She just has to get rid of, if you don't have the credentials, you just don't have it. You're still making the money, baby girl. But just tell us the truth. The truth will set you fucking free. It is what it is. All right, baby
Thank
girl.
you, Vonda.
All right, I love you.
All right. We love you too. That was Vonda. That was Trey. Y'all, we have come to the end of this segment. I'm going to let the panelists drop down. Y'all did an excellent job today. Shout out to those of you that called today on I Said What I Said and stood 10 toes down on business, honey. That's just the way, I like it. And that's what y'all did. So happy Saturday to everybody. Hell of a conversation today. Hope you enjoyed it. Listen, that's all we got. I probably won't come back and talk about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant because it's just nothing really to say. She's holding her position. Nothing's going to change. Simple yet stylish. Thank you. You said great show, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Is she smart or does she just have a personality disorder? That's a good question. She's definitely double talks herself, but I'm at a point where I'm like, we kind of know what's up. It's out there. It doesn't make sense for me to keep spinning the block on it. I just wanted to get to the heart of the why and not the lie. And hopefully we were able to do that. So that's all we got today. Y'all go and be great. Go and be great. And remember, as it relates to I Said What I Said, leave it on the panel. That's it. That's all.
you.